How we doing, people? Sorry I'm late. Can the usual run a bit at the last minute. Just bear with me, the usual here. I'm going to stick the phone on right now so that if anybody's looking to phone in, just need to bear with me to get through the usual process here. Cool, sorted. How we doing, people? He's all right. Let's see who's here in the chat. I'll read out the formalities in a wee minute and read out just what the platform is. So if you're looking for a link, it's nocurve@gmx.com. The phone number I will read out shortly. Marshall, how are you? Adam Eves, Richard Lee Buck, GB Brown, Billy Sunday, Jonah Worms, how are you? Rock Vibrations, how you doing? Leroy Foster, Del Croy, Merrill, how you doing? Bastard Dire Crow, Doogie, Aloya, so just all hellos here, nobody get any fucking substance, nothing real to say. Russell Jimmies, that sounds familiar. Let's launch a rocket into space, Flat Earth sponsorship. Is space real? Why would you want to launch a rocket and waste all that fucking money when you get a measuring tool right here on Earth? Dr. D, Dan Tibbets, Brian W. TV, I'd cancel my package tomorrow if my wife would stand for it. Fuck the TV, this is much better. Finding out where we live. What else is there that is more exciting than that? That's what I've been trying to put to people recently. You know, the possibilities and how exciting it actually is. It's like I think they were just happy with space travel because they didn't really think it was attainable by them. So, you know, it was a nice wee fantasy. But if you say to them, look, there's real possibility is, you know, finding out more about reality and what else is out there. I think they start to get a wee bit scared of that, to be honest with you. Rick Vats. Oh, aye, the football's on tonight, isn't it? Champions League final, I forgot about that. So I'm having a ratings war with the Champions League final tonight, is that it? So if it's no the other crew here in YouTube, I've got to contend with fucking Champions League football. Anyway, I'll get to everybody in the chat in a wee minute. For anybody new, Flat Earth simply means an ongoing investigation into the world we live in. Flat Earth does not mean a straw man model or a cartoon model, a pizza dish or whatever anybody is putting out there. Nobody knows what the full dimensions of Earth are, and it is an ongoing investigation. It's as simple as that. We focus purely on the claim, which is the globe claim. People like myself researched, looked into it, believed it for 30 odd years of my life. And when I looked for proof or tried to prove to myself that it was actually a globe, you know, it failed miserably. So, and obviously once you have broke the brainwashing, you discover through natural science that where we live is a level plane. What the full dimensions are, how far it extends, nobody knows. And again, you know, I'm getting some trolls or people who are no trolls who are going on about, oh, you talk about more land and you talk about, no, look, I don't rule out any possibility. I use that to speak to people who have got a passion and a fantasy for space travel. So I can appeal to them by, you know, what about the possibility that you could actually get somewhere across the way? You know, that doesn't mean to say that I'm advocating more land or any particular model. But people don't understand that. I just think they hear what they want to hear. You know, I've always sat here, always been in the same position. No maps, no models. We need full exploration, full disclosure. Nothing else. There is no other logical place to arrive at. Okay? We have been born into cultures. We've been born into captivity. It is not up to us to provide the actual full dimensions of reality. You know, we have to investigate. So, just so people are aware what flat Earth actually means, especially if you're new into it and you're hearing about these disk models and whatever else. And you'll see many people arguing against a disk model and claiming they have debunked it. They have debunked a straw man. I can't believe after all this fucking time that there's still people representing these cartoons, and there's still people trying to tear the cartoon apart. Anybody can tear a cartoon apart. It's no hard. I can tear anybody's model apart. Where's the full exploration to verify or falsify it? It's not there, right? So what does your model mean? Nothing. Again, you know, we can discuss any topic. You know, people again misunderstand. I'm up for discussion on relative topics, you know, whether it be about consciousness, who we are as people, you know, whatever it is. My only problem is when people start claiming things to be truth or factual. That's when I start having a problem, and I'm going to ask people to prove their claims. So you can speak about anything, but if you start going on like you know, or you make claims to have the full objective truth, then I'm going to have an issue with you. So the phone number, if you want to call or leave a message, is +44 or 0044, and it's 07393 654 544. I've not really got anything prepared. There was a few things I wanted to discuss, but I may do that on another day. Again, tonight, on a Saturday night, it's for people to come through, have their say, let us know you're there. And that's about it. So, Marshall, how are you, mate?
Fair enough. Bit choked on the bandwidth this evening, so apologies for any snafus that might occur as a result of that. Circumstances well outside of my control.
Yeah. Just more of the fuckery, mate, yeah?
It appears that way, man, but that's confirmed now. So, like I say, I mean, well, I'll do what I can with the bandwidth I've got, man.
Cool.
Are you opening up the floor immediately this evening, though?
Yeah, just if anybody's looking for a link, nocurve@gmx.com. I say any things that I, you know, remember that I was going to speak about, I'll just bring it up in between. So, Shorty boy, how you doing? Marco Lore, how you doing? Sorry, Marshall, what are you going to say?
I was going to say, because moral message to head. He was hoping to pop in and maybe shadow for a bit, because he's interested in taking you up on your offer at some point later.
Well, is this the presenting thing? Well, we can arrange that. You know, we can talk about that and arrange it.
Well, you're coming in a minute, I expect, so he can speak for himself on that.
Cool. Well, we need to arrange these things. You know, as I say, people, I really want to try and get, you know, new faces on. The platform on a Saturday night is for the new faces to let us know that they're there and have your say, let people know about your channel, whatever work you're up to. So aye, no problems. If anybody wants to present on a Saturday, by all means, give it a go. Takes the pressure away from me. Marco Lower, Freedom Awaits, evening, been watching the moon all day in the UK, lovely. Fly McFlatface, Chris, how you doing? White Wedge. No trolls tonight. Martin Leakey, how you doing? Diesel side. Wake the Sheeple, Dale, check out the live hangout on the Riley channel. 100% proof of flat earth that the globetards cannot deny anymore. Well, I didn't need Anthony Riley. You know, the water is the 100% proof that the earth is level. So, what's the noise here? Oh, we've got a visitor already, Merrill. How you doing?
Yeah, good, Del. Am I feeding back or anything?
No, you're all right, mate.
Good stuff. How you going?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just in regard to you know, jumping in and presenting, that might be something for the future. But yeah, I'd love to do something like that.
Cool. Well, next week, mate, we can arrange it and you can have a go next week if you like.
Yeah, I'll sort of put a little presentation together, and maybe even bounce it off you. You know, pre-live or whatever, just so you can give it a scan.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Cool.
I won't come on and talk about trannies or anything.
Aye. I'm still going to sit there in the background in case you do.
Yeah. No, fair dues. Got it.
Not kidding, mate.
Yeah, I know. I funnily enough got back in contact with my dad, and we were having a civil chat, and my dad, mechanical engineer, for all those who don't know, two of his best friends, so there were Bill Wilson and Bob, and they were mechanical engineers as well. Back in the day, my dad was telling me, like about 30 years ago, they used to talk about the subject that we're all interested in.
Nice.
Which I was really surprised about. And he never mentioned that to me as a kid or anything like that. But he said something really interesting that I thought was worth sharing.
Sure.
He goes, you can put up arguments and follow logic and reason and gather enough evidence to prove the counter. And what he was talking about was to prove the Earth's a globe.
Right.
Because that's the conclusion they all reached. They were sort of saying, how could anybody have thought it was flat?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I mean, this was well pre-YouTube or anything like that. And I don't know what they were referring to. But rather than get bogged down in yes or no or prove it and how do you know and all that sort of conjecture, I was just happy that my dad and his mates were even discussing something like that back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's what I focused on.
I don't think it's ever been away. I don't think it ever has been totally settled with people, you know?
Yeah. That's what I was surprised about, though. I was sort of like, it kind of, something in me just like lit up. It was like, wow, why were you even discussing it?
Yeah. That's it, man. That's it.
And yeah, it was a real surprise. But the funny thing with my dad, he, I don't know if you believe in star signs or anything like that, but he's really true to his sign. He's really stubborn, a little bit arrogant, you know what I mean? He's sort of, when he's right, he's right. And he'll argue the point till the bloody cows come home. But that's just the way he is.
Yeah.
But he said to me at the end, it bugged me a little bit because you'll never prove it and it'll never come out.
Well, we've heard that so many times before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Never prove it and it'll never come out. You know, there's a difference. You know, people understand how the sophisms worked, how they've, you know, made their argumentation work, and what proofs there actually is. So there's a difference now, you know. And the fact that people can now communicate openly through, you know, media like this makes a huge difference.
And what you said too, like, it's taken me a little while to get here because I even noticed Question Everything a couple of episodes ago. I'm not sure of his name, but the guy who has the channel Question Everything.
Joe, yeah. Joe,
yeah. He said this thing about going down rabbit holes and keeping your common sense and your wits intact. So when you come back up to the surface, you're not more confused than you were to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, I've just started to feel the excitement. Yeah, it's a shift. Like rather than getting caught in all the hubbub, it's just I think the way I'm processing it is you know, like the yin and yang symbol. Like one half of the pie, and one half of the pie that the human species has had is the lie.
yeah.
And in a way, we're kept in the dark. We're in darkness. However way you want to interpret that. Maybe just the lights off. But the one thing, as far as I'm aware, the human species hasn't had is the truth.
Yeah.
And for me, that's where the excitement's starting to just build. Like it's just building.
Well, that's the push, man. That's it. That's what drives you on. That's what drives you on. It's that determination to know. The questions, because you're born into this confusion, you know, they've always been there for me and many others. You know, who are we? Where are we? Why are we here? You know, why is it confusing? Why are we in bewilderment? And when you get that, you know, as I say, when you realise the globe lie, you realise that it opens up avenues to other possibilities, and it is really exciting, you know.
Yeah, I think it's kind of contagious too. You know, like when you can sense someone's excited, and you might not even know the full ins and outs of it, but yeah, I'm going to make sure when I go out and talk to people a little bit more and maybe film some stuff, that I relay that a little bit, that there's a lot of confusion and conjecture and debate and argument and all this stuff, but there's also something beyond that as well. And some people call it lifting the veil or piercing the veil.
Yeah.
And for some reason, all week I've had that song in my, like, not gonna pull the wool over my eyes. Like that just keeps coming into my head.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's just a subtle, for me, I don't know if people believe in this, but some kind of psychic wavelength going on. Like it's just, yeah, I'm just getting a subtle thing going on. Like,
well, I've contemplated that. I spoke to you about that the other day. You know, whether this is something that's happening through a release or some sort of metaphysical aspect to it. You know, there's still many questions to come from that and where it's actually coming from. You know, but that's it. That's what I try and push to people, that it's not doom and gloom and something scary. It's something to be excited about and to embrace. You know, and if you can sell it to people like that, then it's much easier rather than the doom and gloom. I've heard enough of that shit. You know.
Same. Yeah. I won't stay on for ages or anything. It's good just to jump in and I'll just tune in and listen to what everybody else has to say, and
Cool.
maybe in a week or two, whenever, I could put something together and tune in with you and Marshall and whatever. That'd be fantastic.
No, definitely. You can put together whatever you like, any kind of presentation. You can present this, and speak to people yourself. I'm serious about that, because this is not about me. So, I opened this platform up for the people, and for the people to have a voice and whatever they want to say. But there seems to be enough hangouts and stuff now anyway, but keep it going and see if there's new people that come through. And as I say, gives people like yourself an opportunity to have a go at presenting it. Yeah.
And it was good to see Tam, that young kid you talked to, and he, it's to even see the follow up,
Yeah, the boy Tam, one of the people who I interviewed at Paisley University, came to the comments section. So hopefully we'll get a wee catch up with him at some point and find out how we got on.
Yeah, that'd be good to hear,
Yeah.
All right, I'll jump out, but take care, Del and Marshall and everyone out there. Just
Nice one, Merrill.
Yeah, good on you, Del.
Cheers for coming on, mate.
Cheers, man.
See you, Marshall.
Yeah, man.
So there was loads of comments that I've noticed on the two previous videos. I'm going to probably do a Sunday comment response or a Monday. We'll see how it goes, because there's hundreds of them there and it takes far too long to type them out. Oh, right, chat box. You on the Magic Curve and all. Coyce, how you doing? Not flat. Russell Jimmy's Pavlovian team Hoax response number 2. Call the other poster a shill or a NASA government agent. What are we talking about here? Not flat.
I've got a link out to Light Reader.
Cool. As I say, I never had much time to prepare any. I had a few things I wanted to speak about. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll need to get my wee book. So this activity that's going on and how it could maybe be, perceived or portrayed by teams of people invading certain chats. Now, I think if it's done respectfully and mannered, then it's fine. But at the same time, how would we feel if we had, we get these Globe disciples coming and bombarding the chats here? I don't know. I'm still undecided on this, if it's a good idea or not. Ben Noble, hello Dale, did you manage to have a look at the Berserker story? No, I'm sorry, man. I'm going to remind myself. It's really difficult when you've got, life to contend with as well as this. So I don't have time. I don't even sit and watch videos anymore. I've lost touch with, any new faces that are coming through. I'm going to have a scan and maybe give some of them a shout out. I see that there's some other street activism stuff going on. I noticed there was a guy in Irvine. What was the name of his thing again? I'll find it for you. Oh, we've got a call. Hang on. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
How we doing?
How you doing? Who's this?
Sorry, yeah, it's Richard. Yeah, sorry, there's a delay on YouTube. Sorry, I was just watching that.
Yeah.
I just realised it's going to cook it. Rick back in the chat. My name's Richard. I'm from London.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Yeah. Firstly, I just want to say a big respect for what you're doing, like with the activism and everything. Really good shed off.
Cheers, man.
Watching the videos and that, it makes me think that I'm not doing enough, and other people that are not doing activism should also make me feel like that, However, it is a bit difficult because I do have a job, but I am kind of stuck in the matrix in a sense.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to feel out certain people that you can talk to certain subjects about, and you know, they are in short supply.
Yeah.
You know, people that would have thought that they were open-minded, they're actually very closed-minded.
Yeah.
You know, it tends to be people that are more creative, you know, musicians and people into music and arts and so on, that are more open to like truth, as it were. You know?
Yeah. That's it. It's difficult. I see that even when I'm out, you know, and I contemplate it and I watch people walking by, putting their head down, you know, doing everything they can not to engage, you know, and it's hard to watch, and it can be disheartening sometimes. But you know, it's just the state that people are in. So we need to look for other methods. You know, I've always said that to people. It's not just about street interviews. We can get them with art, comedy, advertising, subliminals, all the methods that have been used to put people in ignorance. You know.
Yeah. Again, for me, Bill, one of the key things, and you always touch on it, is the actual, you know, psychopathy and their modus operandi.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, when you understand psychopathy on a personal level and narcissism and so on, basically, that on a micro level, if you understand narcissism, you apply that to the macro level, and that is corporations and governments. They use the same tactic.
Yeah.
Keep you in a state of fear. You know, you're always on unsteady ground, and then they offer you a solution. Yeah. So,
and that's
key to it.
That's it, and that's what I think is going to come. You know, I think they're going to get it to the point that it's unstable. Everybody's in a frenzy, state of fear, and then they're going to offer some solution, some new world that is far more appealing than the world we have right now. Because you know they're not going to, you know, that boot stamp on people's face idea or doomsday ideas. They're not going to get away with that. So they have to offer something that appeals to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as they're concerned, it's kind of like a get out of jail easy card.
Yeah.
For them, but
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of feel like a bit on the spot, so let's get outside away from the YouTube.
That's all right, man.
But, yeah.
I don't worry about it.
You know, I haven't been on any hangouts. I don't quite know. I'm not quite techy with that. You know, do I need like a microphone, or can I?
Well,
just talk into my laptop. I don't quite know how to do it. But
if you've got a built-in camera on the laptop, I'd imagine that works. The thing that I've got is just a wee Logitech camera that sits on top of the screen that I bought for 20 quid, and it has the mic built into it as well. So
yeah, well, I think I've got a mic and the camera. Well, I've got a camera built into my laptop, but it's a case of getting used to it and feeling comfortable with that.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know, I'm always in the chat. I watch the show every week, and I thought this will be one step closer to going on a live hangout.
Nice.
You know.
Well, that's.
So I'd like to just sorry.
No, that's all right. I'm just going to say that's why I done the phone in as well, to give other people the opportunity to let us know. Yeah.
Just a quick one while I'm still here. I got into this. My brother told me about this about a year ago. Right, and my reaction was I was angry. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I've looked at all these conspiracies for the past like 3 or 4 years, from 9/11 to whatever else. The banking scam, the corporate fiction, the straw man. I've been through them all. The alien thing, probably like yourself, though, you say you've been in it 20 years.
Yeah.
So you've seen all of the nonsense, but I think that's key if you attack it from the scientific point of view that you were doing.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't entail anything that we don't know. It is provable. It's simple, real science, isn't it?
That's it, man. That's the difference. You know, this is.
We're never going to get proof of 9/11. We're never going to get the real facts on any of these false flags. So why bother with that? You know, like once you understand that they are false flags, and you need to, like, this is kind of like this is the key to, you know, this is the key to really bringing the system down, as it were. You know.
Yeah, and I think they know that, and they're ready to, you know, implement a new offer. You know, so I think they are helping to bring it about. You know, by the release of, you know, NASA's fakery and quite obvious, you know, blatant fakery. You know, they're not even trying to cover it up. So that tells you a hell of a lot about what's coming. You know.
I think another thing, right? The amount, like even before waking up, as it were, right? I used to watch so many science documentaries because I've always had these questions within myself. You know, where did we come from? What's it all about? Are we just animals? Is evolution real? I've always had these questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've always had that sort of mindset.
Yeah.
And it just seems that people that you speak to on a day-to-day that haven't, that they just don't seem to have that.
No.
That's kind of, that's slightly disheartening. It's like, well, like you say, you know, if you don't know where you are or where you came from, what sort of foundation do you have to your life?
Exactly. Exactly.
So, you know.
Yeah, but it's empty. It's meaningless because it's just a delusion. It's a distraction. You know.
That's it.
I mean,
it seems that, like, you know, like the masses, they're so beaten down with fear. They're hollow shells, a lot of them, you know, and it's tragic.
Yeah.
I don't know if they, you know,
the majority of them just seem to be on the operating system, and that's as far as it goes. You know, they don't really consciously override the operating system. They're just, whatever the culture has programmed them with, they just become it. You know? Yeah.
Alright, well, listen, I've said my piece, mate. Keep up the good work. I thought I'd do one step better than just participating in chat, you know. So,
nice one.
all the people are written back in chat, actually. I've always got a lot to say in the chat. There's never enough. That's why I thought I'd phone up. But,
excellent.
you know, it's like when you speak to other awake people, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you're operating without an ego, it's just so much better.
That's it, mate.
So much better.
That's it. You strip the ego away and admit that you know nothing, and then it's much easier to move forward.
Absolutely. It's a learning curve, isn't it?
Excellent. Yeah.
Like you say, when your whole worldview has been, you know, you have to sort of reset it, don't you? And then start again.
That's it, man.
And you know, if you're operating on like an official level, you know, like on your ego, then that, you know, you're too fragile to be able to accept that you were lied to.
Yep.
You know, it's and that's behaviour.
That's it.
All the best, mate. All the best from London. Like I said, I'm trying to talk to people on a daily basis and trying to do my bit, and you know.
Excellent.
I just need that, right?
Nice one, bud. You too. Keep at it.
Right, cheers, Phil.
Cheers for phoning, man. Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers, bud. So that's exactly it. You know, that's another, you know, the point. Trying to encourage people to let go of these books and any of the beliefs that they've invested in. Just to let them go and let's start afresh, move on. We don't need religions. We don't need these books to tell us how to live, who we are, where we came from. If we know that we're being lied on many different levels, I don't see the problem why people can't let go of, you know, the aspects of their life. It's the same as speaking to people and saying to them, oh, well, you know, do you trust the government? No, I don't. You know, but you trust the government in this aspect. Oh, aye, that's true, that's true. You know, when do we stop picking and choosing? You know, a liar is a liar, as far as I'm concerned. You know, and, you know, pointing that out, it's a psychopathic system, it's a psychopathic network. You're probably going to succeed more if you're that way inclined, you know. The foundations, if we have to live here, should be based on resources, it should be based on equality, and they should be shared equally, you know. People can think that's too ideal, too much idealism, but where else are you supposed to go, you know? But again, it comes to the complexities of, is this where we're supposed to be? Are we stuck here? You know, until these things are established, I don't even want to go into how we're going to sort it in a social, you know, aspect. How do we live together? At the same time, you know, even if we are stuck here, we still have these types of minds. So what do we do? Do we try and suppress them and lock them up? Or do we just try and understand what the fuck's happening? You know? We start encouraging and educating people to base things on logic and reasoning rather than fear and emotional based responses. It's as simple as that for me. But again, you know, it comes down to, are we stuck here? Is this where we're supposed to be? None of these things have been established, and too many people run away down the line talking like these things have already been established, and for me, they're nowhere near being established yet. So, you know, people claiming to have objective truth, people claiming to know who we are and how we should live life, or what happens to you in the afterlife, if there is an afterlife, there's a God and this is what he wants from you. All that stuff has to go. It just causes division and it causes strains and problems between people, you know, and I continually get it. And I'm getting it again. I got it in the previous two videos from a chap who was, you know, commenting about, you know, I deliberately, you know, ignore God and I leave out God. No, you know, I'm intellectually honest enough to realise that this, whatever we are experiencing, is created, it's intended, it's deliberate, right? So that is an admission on intelligent design of some sort. Who and what or how many of them there is another question. Okay. Now I get real issues when people start telling me about loving gods and how we should cherish this place and all these, you know, assumptions that people have about cherish this life and you need to do your best in this life. I mean, I don't know about any of that stuff, right? I'm open to discussing it with people, but it has to be discussed. If people want to come in and discuss it and then don't like being questioned, then that's not any good. You know, if you're secure in it, then you should be happy with it. You should be happy to let people question, and then you should be happy to let people go away and, you know, disregard it if that's what they see fit, you know. So I think I've got a couple of messages here. I'm going to read it. Hey Dale, I'm just shouting out to say I'm here too, mate, in Belfast across the pond. Seen some banners tagged to a barrier on a main road the other day saying flat earth. Excellent to see that it's hitting my already troubled city. All I do is wear t-shirts, but I might do more like that. Love the channel, man. Peace. Well, that's it. You know, I keep saying this and I'll reiterate it again. You don't have to be going out and doing street interviews like me or, you know, like copying anybody else's format. I done it purely to show the Socratic method and how you could approach people and how people were approachable. But you can be impersonal. You can, you know, I spoke to the guy in the shop about the possibility of printing out, you know, it costs something like £25 or 20 quid to print 5,000 A4 bits of paper, and you can have whatever you like on that. So going into shops, shopping centres, as we've seen before, and inserting it into the newspapers, you know, so that when people go home, they're going to open the newspaper and they're going to see it. There's loads of different methods. For me, I'm kind of past. I don't want to keep going over and over the street interview stuff. You know, I get frustrated because I want it at the next level. So pressurising the media for me is next on my radar. The media and the universities, I mean, that's, if we want to get bigger. But at the same time, you know, I feel as if it's going to start creeping into the media. My only concern is that people who are going to misrepresent it are going to be given airtime, and it's going to drag it out and cause more problems. But at the same time, you know, as long as people are articulating the flaws within the globe, that's all we need to make people aware that the globe is actually being questioned, and that will get their curiosity. If they start to hear it more and more, then their curiosity is going to get the better of them, and you know, there's a good chance they're going to go and look at it. So, that's all right. Just watched your last vid there, great stuff, man. But just to let you know, I'm out with my two wee boys hammering reinforced printout A4s with cereal box backs and cling film covers, stating the following over County Tyrone: Earth is not a globe. YouTube, Eric Dubai, 200 proofs, etc. Great work, cunty balls. Chat later, Chrissy, aka Adam Eves. P.S. Metal. Well, most of it was hijacked by the bastards long, long ago, my good fellow. Well, we know that. You know, you could see that back then. It was the same as any new kind of movement, and you know, metal music was no different. You know, the appeal was non-conformity and fuck the man. To soon be, you know, packaged and hijacked, as you say, and presented and pushed with a colourful agenda. So it's always the same. You know, people start off, you know, freedom, they're angry, they're passionate, it's a raw emotion, and that is their intention at the beginning. As things wear them down, they eventually just settle. You know, they become comfortable, they might have a bit of wealth, they've got a bit of attention, and they soon lose focus of, you know, that intent. And we see that everywhere. You know, you don't have to be, you know, a multi-million record selling artist. I have seen people succumb to their ego because they have 200 subscribers or they get 1,000 views in a video. You know, it's comes in many shapes and forms. You don't have to have the package of the wealth and the stardom, you know. Hi Dale, you said you would rule no possibility, but yet again I have just heard you rule out God. Dave from London. Listen, Dave, this is it, and I'm going to fucking nip at you because you're fucking doing my tits in, son. Right? You're ruling out God. How many fucking times do you have to say it to make it fucking clear? Are you really that fucking stupid? I concede intelligent design. What the fuck do you not get about that? You're like a fucking broken down record, clawing and scratching. You just try to throw me. You got the reaction, now I'm pissed off with you. Honesty fucking God. They are God, 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 God. Oh, God might be real. Intelligent design, reality. Who the fuck it is, what it is, nobody knows, and neither do you, Dave. So I suggest you take your book and stick it in the fucking bin and join the rest of us who are determined to find out the actual truth and not settle for some fucking belief from a fucking book written by men. And I don't give a fuck if it's got partial truths in it. When it starts to tell me about the objective truth, like, oh, there's an invisible God and God is everywhere and God wants this and God wants that, I don't fucking care. I'm not interested. Where is the fucker? Eh? It's a wee bit irresponsible, don't you think? So it was this Dave chap, and it pissed me off the other day because I'm tired of people misrepresenting me, no understanding what I'm saying, although I've been repeating it for fucking over 2 years, the exact same fucking thing. If you don't know, don't rule it out then. Rule out what? If you believe in your book or whatever religion it is you do, fine, you can believe in that. What I'm saying to you is, let's pull together, let's explore the place and see what we can find. Then that might take us a step closer to knowing whose and what this place actually is. Right? If your God, or your God of the Bible, or the God of the Quran, or the God of whatever fucking religion is true, fine, we'll deal with that when it comes to it. But right now, nobody has any actual proof that any of their fucking religions are true. Hey Dale, something occurred to me last night while sweating in my pit on a muggy night before 2016 when I seen the ISS orbit tracker. I thought I had seen the ISS moving through the sky, but I realised the issue is the ISS is supposed to transit the Earth every 90 minutes, travelling at 19,000, well, it's 17,500 miles per hour. But this light in the sky we see, more than likely a high altitude plane, just plodding through some imaginary space, shouldn't be visible. When you think the average bullet leaving a gun is 1,700 miles per hour, the ISS would blast through the sky 11 times faster than a bullet. That's meteorite territory. You perhaps get 3 seconds max viewing of meteorites, and I know as an amateur astrophotographer, take care, my man. Well, that's it. You know, even the ridiculousness of that 17,500 miles an hour and people claiming they can see it. But for many years, you know, we used to go camping a lot, and we used to go up to just before Oban, and we would see these orbs and the way they moved, you know, kind of slow. You'd have plenty of time to keep track on them, to have a look at them. What they are, you know, is anybody's guess. But, you know, if something is moving at 17,500 miles an hour, the size that they claim it is and the you know, the altitude they're claiming it is, yeah, there's no danger you're going to see that. Not a fucking hope in hell you're going to see it. So. But we know it's bollocks because we know there's no vacuum up there. We know that they're not taking a tin can up at 17,500 miles per hour, made of, you know, metals and stuff that we understand here on Earth, that are going from extreme temperature to extreme temperature rapidly, you know, every, you know, whatever they say, 90 minutes. Even that, because it's going to be half and half if you're going from the cold into the sun. Metals just do not take that withstand that kind of temperature. Rapid cooling, rapid heating, especially when we see the stuff on the outside of it. But again, I don't even need to go there. I just listen to the claims. Again, using the Socratic method, I don't make any claims. I listen to what people are telling me about the world and what's going on. And I hear vacuum, positive pressure system. Now, I've heard this fucking bollocks about, but the pressure gets less and less. But you're still dealing with gas, okay, and a vacuum. Now, listen to the claim and then go and recreate it. And again, we hear so much of this talk about vacuums. Where is a vacuum? Why are we even talking about vacuums? We do not live in a vacuum. We live in the pressurized part. We live in a pressurized system.
Tommy? Your guest intel, light reader.
Sorry about that. How you doing, light reader?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Can you
I'm
hear me?
fine. I'm trying my best to get on here.
Yeah, I think what you might need to do, are you watching it on YouTube?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You need to turn the volume down on YouTube.
Hang on a sec.
That's maybe distracting you.
While we're organising, Tom, I'm just going to mention to Gasper, yeah, your link's pending, dude. As I've explained before, we work through in a chronological order guests who asked for a link. You're the next one, dude, this week, so apologies if you haven't made it before, but that's just the way it works here.
So, light reader, are you sorted with the mic and the sound?
Don't know yet.
They're coming through clear.
Is it coming through, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you, no problem. The problem people get, I think, is they watch it on YouTube and they expect it to be instant. There's like a delay. I don't know if it's like a minute or so delay before it actually gets to YouTube.
Yeah, I had to change my browser. I went to Opera. I was on Firefox and I had to change that. So I was a lot of messing around there with the. But this is the first time I've ever done something like this. So yeah. I'm a newbie.
Nice one. Well, glad you could make it, man. We can hear you fine.
That's good then. No, I would like to draw attention to the things that are unseen, things that are camouflaged or covered over, especially on the NASA sites and what have you. And so I do these things. So a couple of years ago, I looked in the North Pole. Everybody's gone on about being a sacred place, Mount Meru and what have you. And so I went on side there about 2 years ago, and I looked at the North Pole, and wasn't fucking there. I'm like, what? So I looked at this, and I shared this with a friend of mine who's scientific, science I know nothing about. But anyway, I looked at it, and I uploaded something the other day there regarding what's in the infinite detail. That's the type of work that I do. I study data. I'm not interested in information from any source. I don't believe a fucking word. I do my own thing.
Yeah, good on you.
And, so, like I say, I uploaded this thing a couple of days ago and showed you what's actually under the region in the Arctic. And there's a big, you can only call it demonic. It seems like it's riding a serpent. It's actually in the fractal detail that's inside the image. And like I say, I've been doing this, studying images, Photoshop and what have you. I've been doing this for quite some time, about 18 years. And I didn't make mistakes. I mean, on the data. When the data is there, the data is there. A lot of people are screaming, oh, it's a composite image. I mean, you've got to understand the word composite. Composite means an array. It's many images overlaid side by side, what have you. But it can never be accomplished properly by trickery, by Photoshop experts or NASA or whatever. It's impossible because you kind of marry up the fractals. And as I say, I've been looking at other things all over the place. I was in Egypt. I showed people what's under the sand in Egypt on the Giza plateaus, inside pyramids, going into the fractal dimension. That's the closest you could get. It's like a microscopic, photogrammetic it's called. And what's inside there, when you use, if you're able to use the software, you can find things that are oblivious and to the eye. Yeah. So I do these things and I find these things. And like I say, I was looking, getting back, I'm maybe a wee bit all over the place, but getting back to the Arctic one that I uploaded a couple of days ago. And I looked at that a couple of years ago. And I actually looked at I was looking at a map dated 2015. So I thought to myself, it's maybe a seasonal thing. At the Arctic sort of melts and it goes someplace else, whatever. And I keep looking and I look all over these places and I find these fractals and there's geometry inside the fractals. It's almost like there's an identity. It's screaming out to be seen. I mean, I've never been a holy person, somebody that rants and prants on about Bible and things like that. However, when I found these things out about 7 or 8 years ago, it swayed my mind to start to go a wee bit on the spiritual side of things, looking for answers. I just didn't seem to get any satisfaction for whatever I look at or read or the information that's out there, whatever the source. I just didn't believe in fucking Wardwa. And so that's when I decided, many years ago now, 8 or 9 years ago, I started this. And it's went on since then. Now, the point I'm trying to make here, this Arctic thing, I'm quite an expert at what I do. And I looked at this and straight away I looked at the Arctic and I thought, well, there's something underneath there. What could it be? Could it be actual land that's been hidden? And I look and it is a layer on top of what you're looking at on the Google Earth. If you go on to Google Earth and study what I showed you yesterday or the other day, and you look, that blue.
I'm missing something that you saying you showed it the other day. Is it on your channel? I take it you have a channel.
It's on my channel. It's on my channel.
Is that Light Reader? Is that your channel then?
That's a Light Reader, and it was it's the last upload that I'd done. And when you look at that, that's a layer, 100%, a fucking 1000%. I didn't make mistakes. That's a layer. And what that is, it's just a layer of blues, different colors of blues and shades to imitate a surface of water. There's not any fucking water there. I'm telling you now, that's a solid area that's inside there. And the image that comes up, this demon riding a dragon, I mean, it's blatant. If you didn't see these things, you got your fucking head up your ass. That's what's there. You know, it's blatant, it's in your face, there's no mistake about it. And what I've uploaded, I put the brakes on it. I could have went deeper and found other things. I probably will on the 2017 image that I was looking at. I'll probably do that, have a look. But what I'm saying is people didn't seem to get the message. They think that mystery, things that they didn't understand, are best left in the books of fairy tales.
Yeah.
And it's not like that. You just have to go and look and study these things. I've been fucking every place. I'm no kidding. I mean, every place. See what's under the ground. The ground has got a magnetic, magnetic, a vibrancy to it. And what it does, it galvanizes what was there before. It's almost like a negative image on a photograph. It's there. The imprint, it's there. There's no fucking any other way. It's there. It's in your face.
Right.
But when I speak to, I'm going to speak to a lot of people about things like this. I mean, I try to keep my identity quiet. I live in a small village. Well, you know what they're like, fucking gossip monger all over the place. And my life would have a minute's peace. It'd get pointed out by people. Say, oh, look, there's that daft guy. And what have you. But like I say, every place you go anywhere, a lot of people are saying, oh, we'd like a map. Oh, we want a map. How do you find a map? Everybody's looking into these ancient maps, these hundreds of years old, and looking at the annals of Captain Cook. You're not going to fucking find anything there.
Yeah.
How you find out? They publicize, they show their face, they show their hand, but they hide it in plain sight. You've heard of that, you know, silly man.
Yeah.
Heard of that. And that's what it is. It's inside. Everything's inside. We live on a flat plane, 100%. Now, I'm not going to be what anybody fucking tells me. Yeah, what the fuck would they know? Yeah, they just sit there and pontificate or a wild imagining. Yeah. If you get emotive values, you mentioned that one time ago. Emotive values, they come, oh, that happened to me. I had a dream and I believed it. And what? I mean, we can all sort of waltz off with stories like that. We can all fucking say things like that. But you have to base it on evidence. And I'm basing my findings on tireless research. I mean, I don't go and find something and say immediately, oh, I've got to put this up on YouTube. I have to do this. What have you? I'm not in any hurry or desire to help the human race. I mean, the human race has got to help themselves. Instead of sitting on their arse, instead of sitting there just fucking listening to what some arsehole tells you someplace, and you've got to study these things. I mean, who told them? It's like your trivium method. I studied that fucking 20 years ago. Gnostic media, Jan Irwin. I did all that. Did all that years ago. I woke up. I'm in the 60s now, and so I'm in the autumn of my life. And there's no way that I would post any of my work and try to put it across as the truth when it was a blatant lie. I could do all these tricks that these shop guys do. I could do it. I know, I'm well aware of these things, although I didn't do it. When I first started it, I did things like that. You know, I put a giraffe's head on the granny or something like that, and everybody gets a laugh. But I mean, it's no fulfilling. I use the photo editing suites to study fractals. And that's the smartest identity, atoms, photons, what have you, at the smallest level, light sources, energy. What I've found out about the Earth, how I know, and I know it's flat. We live on a thing which is called a toroid. A torus. That's like a round circle, donut shaped, with a hole in the center. I mean, that's a fact. Our hub, our controls coming through the pole star, comes down through there. Now, whether there's a dome up there, I believe there's something. It could be an electromagnetic surface that keeps everything intact. You know, the pressure down here, and what's up out in outer space. I mean, outer space, it's probably fucking hell. Yeah, a dark place.
Well, I was going to ask you that. What's your views on this place?
This place, this is an experiment. This is a testimony I mean, it tells you in the book. I go with the book. I know your views on these things, but I'll express how I've come to my conclusion. I study the book, and the book tells me these things, you know. It tells me the sun and the moon, they're going around in the circular axis constantly. It's a day, it's a clock. But it's all down to the individuals that are here. That's you, me, everybody else. We are giving out a testimony. We are recording a testimony. The fractals, the aura that's inside us, the colors that manifest as we're true spirit, they are readable. It's like a computer matrix, a spiritual computer matrix.
Yeah.
And
so a technology, you know, it's like a technology.
It's a technology that I believe is thousands of years in advance of us. Beyond the wall, if there is a wall, I would say there's a partial wall. This is all down to research again, no guessology. I look and I see partial walls and ice. It's broken off bits of ice, inlets, channels into the outer zone, outer space. There's plenty of space out there. I estimate that the Earth plane is 100,000 miles. They say on the theory, they're saying we're 25,000 miles. We're not 25,000 miles. We're fucking more than that. Antarctic treaties and things like that. You've got to analyze all this money that's going in there. They're saying there's a few angry guys at the top that are getting all the money. I don't believe that for a minute. It's implemented elsewhere. And to police the Antarctic, which is a circle, you've got, I think at last count, there was something like 50 odd countries that had signed up for this. I mean, other ships, other technology, other surveillance polices that area. We can never go there. I laugh when I hear people are saying, "Oh, I fucking want to know where I am." Like yourself, I want to know where I am. I fucking want to get out of here and things like. I mean, you've got to analyze things from as they are. These other beings on the other side of the wall, who's to say they want us? Yeah, we can't just roll up on a boat and say, "Hi, oh, say, oh, wait." Yeah, a barbaric shower, that's us. We're fucking barbaric.
Well, I've contemplated that myself, you know. And as I say, you know, I've looked at people and you see the state of mind people are in. And if this was some sort of containment job, then, you know, I really don't blame anybody for that. Because people are barbaric, and you see how quick people are to stab each other in the back.
Yeah.
There is a nastiness, a certain core to human beings that is ugly. But you know, again, I can't gauge whether that's something that has always been there, or whether that is a result of things that have happened. You know, there's still too many questions for me. And in regards to any beings that may be there or may not be there, my response to them is fuck them. You know, if I want to find out where the fuck I am, and if I want to leave here, then I'm going to fucking do everything I can to achieve that. You know?
I think the barriers are put up there by these people that are beyond the wall. I don't believe that this government or presidents or whatever. I mean, presidents, I've got him as a fucking neighbour. Yeah, President Trump, his golf course, it's next door to me. I know what goes on. I listen to the local people, his neighbours, and other the skullduggery and all that. But that's a different topic. What I mean to say is the rules and regulations of this world, our world, are set in place by far superior beings. And it's, when I say beings, a lot of people will start to think supernatural spaceships up in the sky. I don't believe that. I believe the beings are down here, and I'm going with research. I'm not going with my imagination here. I wouldn't have come on here and talk fucking dreams and what I thought.
That's I totally appreciate it, man. And you know, I'm going to have to look into a wee bit of the stuff that you're studying and have a look in order to assess it for myself. You know,
There's a couple of, well, I mean, I've done over 300 videos. Most of them I try to do quality because, like I say, I'm never in a hurry to upload anything. I sometimes sit with videos on my computer for years, you know, and the next thing, my computer's been attacked and they're no longer there.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that. You know, just as my neighbour messaging me there saying that he's been denied access to view this right now. So,
I get that. I mean, that last video that I uploaded there, I mean, it's definitely under the cosh. It's only had a couple of hundred hits.
Is this Flat Earth North Pole is missing?
That's the one.
Right. Yeah, I've just looked it up and subscribed to you there.
So, as I chat away through you, like, you know, I mean, half the time I didn't know what direction to come from. I mean, I'm a cynical person, really. I've got no time for fucking humanity whatsoever. I mean, I'm a bit of a recluse.
Yeah.
And it's by choice.
Yeah.
And
totally get it.
I look inside the chat box. It's no yours, but anybody's fucking chat box. And the nonsense that's coming out. It's fucking unbelievable. Fucking nonsense. It's people that have got their head totally up their arse. You know, they just didn't think. They didn't have. I honestly believe we didn't have the capacity to think anymore. I mean, straight away from school, there's a fucking globe now. Look at that. You're having a ball. Fucking ball. Yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I grew up in the 1950s. I mean, I'm a baby boomer. I grew up in the 50s, and we didn't have a globe in our class. It was a fucking flat map. You know, these things that hung on the wall, and everything was pink. You know, and you sort of glowed at the idea of everything being the British Empire. You know, just nonsense when you're young like that. And I mean, I've done the uni. I went through the uni and I didn't last long. I lasted a year studying various things, archaeology and history. I tried to study these things, and I realized straight away. I mean, in the archaeology, they're firing skulls at you that belong to Lucy the chimp. You know, and I think, I mean, like, fuck's sake, you know, I didn't say anything. But being older, you know, you didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, because what does an old guy know, you know?
That's right, that's right.
The cool young hipsters that are in the, you know, the prime of the education system, they know better.
It's a suck on their Kool-Aid. Oh, fucking look at it. It's one of these things that I found inside there. I mean, straight off, you're talking about Big Bang, monkeys, chimps, your uncle, this sort of thing, and genetics, and all the things that have been put out just now by a lot of people.
Materialist philosophy, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. And people say that, you know, oh, they've been hiding God, they've been hiding it. No, you know, as I say to people, for me, they've been trying to take us away from, you know, intelligent design and realising that things are intended and things are designed and put in motion. You know, it's not just about hiding somebody's God or somebody's religious God. You know, again, no offence to anybody who has that faith, but for me, you know, until it's proven, then I'm not going to jump to believe in any of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that as well. I mean, like I say, I was one of the biggest cynics ever, always, you know, for 40, 45 years. And then when I started on the internet, it's almost like my mind was opened up. I managed to gain skills that I would never have ever had through the internet. And I utilized these skills, not to entertain or to make any money. I mean, we all need money. You know, there are some people who deserve money, and there's other people who are just jumping on the bandwagon, and they're saying anything they like. You know, they're talking about being invaded, or there's a wave coming for the sun. I mean, the sun is not a fiery ball.
Yeah.
It's a light. It's a light in the sky. It's no fiery ball. If you see what's beyond that sun, the other side of that sun, and if you have skills, you'll find what's on the other side of that. And I found that, and hang on, I'm just building a number.
Cool.
No, it's if you understood or if you see these things. But like I say, my channel's been well under the thumb. You know, a lot of my subscribers just magically disappear. You know, that's YouTube doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've had that for years. I think I've been on YouTube now about 5 years, something like that. And I didn't believe in sensationalism. You know, just putting something out there for the sake of it, just to get the hits. Whereas the people that are monetized, they have to find different news. So what they do is they just prefabricate something else, or pick up a story with somebody else and
Whatever's trending. Yeah.
Plagiarize it. And you've got all this. I mean, the powers that be are going on and manufacturing a lot of fake news. And you know, when you look at the fake news that's there, that's coming out, is it fake or is it real? It makes you start to think. The last instance was that Manchester thing. I'm no likely to say that it didn't happen. In case it did happen, I wait for the funerals. You know, that's when the actors are the real people, the real deal. I'll wait for that. But there's fake news and it's being propagated every place.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to be influenced. I go, oh, that's just fucking fake news. It was on the BBC. Yeah. And for a lot of people, the BBC, that's their mantra. I mean, people my age and even younger, a lot younger, you know, they come home from work, sit down, plop themselves down, watch the TV, and it's on the news. They watch religiously.
It's the mentality of people, you know, it's that whole, you know, taking relevance or importance from things that are out with their direct experience.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't even entertain any of that stuff anymore. If you know, I used to hear that as a kid. Oh, I watch the news because I like to know what's going on in the world. And me, you don't. You're seeing a slanted, you know, angle on what is going on in the world, and at the same time, what is it doing for your psychology? Because it's not in your direct experience. What does it actually mean to you? You know,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You go in the pub on a Friday night. These fucking Johnny Walker philosophers. You know, they talk through their arse. I mean, their brain is being inebriated. It's being pickled with fucking alcohol. It's being toxically affected, and they talk some shite. Yeah. You know, it's the same as the TV. The TV, it's a program. You understand the word program. You're sitting down there. You're being programmed to believe what you're seeing and what you're hearing. And I didn't watch it now. I mean, a couple of years ago, I bought a big 50-inch screen, a big fuck-off thing it is. And I just bought it for my work because I could watch it on the internet, watch my work on a larger scale and maybe get something from it. I bought it for that. It's hardly on. But I'm looking at these chat rooms and other things that's coming in, other hangouts on the air, you know, these Americanized things. There's a lot of fucking nonsense going on over there. That's ego.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's a bit more than ego for me. I think there's a bit of an agenda behind it. But you see it, you know, I've been witnessing the mimicking and jumping on certain things and using them just for popularity. You know, and again, you know, right now I've seen so many of them with the phone-in thing. You know, oh, that works. People like it. Let's use that. That adds to our popularity. You know,
it's almost like there's a divide. You know, a divide in the Europe side. Well, we're in Scotland, and there's the divides across the pond. Yeah. And these things tend to be. I'm hearing, whether it's true, but I'm hearing people saying that a lot of these major sites are being monetized and they're making fucking money through PayPals and donations and all sorts of things. I mean,
pisses me right off. You know what I mean? Fucking sitting here fucking skint. Always have been skint.
Join the club, yeah.
You know, and you know, you're trying to represent that very subject and aim for truth and where you want to go, and you get these people who are just milking it and living the good life. You know?
Yeah. But people tend to sort of mingle together. You know, it's in the chat rooms or in the hangouts, whatever one you go to. I mean, there tends to be a divide. When people say they're shells, they're trolls, or whatever they are, the other side or non-believer. I honestly believe that it works almost like a fucking social club on a Friday night. They all show up, and I mean, to do two things at once, to listen to a presentation inside a hangout and to actively keep going through chat, you can't listen to the presenter. I mean, how could you do that? I mean, you maybe hear snippets here and there. You know, what was he saying? But people are more involved in the chat rooms. You know, the chat boxes. Who said that? No, that's not true. Or he's a shell. You know, it's being bandied about so often, and people are being dissuaded from going into the chat rooms. People are dissuaded from coming on a live chat for the simple fact that they're being ridiculed inside the chat.
Yeah.
And their feelings are affected by that. I mean, anybody that says that you said it once as well, that it doesn't affect you. I don't believe that. I believe that it affects everybody. When you're trying to put God for honest truth as to what this world's about, all the controversy that's involved, you say
that's the difference. So I'm just not going to fucking show them that it's getting to you. You know, some people do it, but I'm not going to fucking show. But of course, I say that to people all the time. There's an emotional dynamic to this. But you know, the point of me saying, keep it logical, keep it about natural sciences in regards to the subject, and don't let anybody try and sway you through an emotional manipulation. You know, if it's not based in logic and reasoning, then you know that they're up to something.
Yeah.
In regards to the subject, that's what I mean. Or any subject for that matter.
As I say, there's always divisiveness. Whether you go into a local chat room, whether you go into one of these American sites,
there's so many dynamics with people. People get jealous. People are insecure. There's all these types of things. There's a real separation. But again, knowing the scale of this, I always say that to people. If you don't think that there's intelligence involved in this, and that it's infiltrated in certain ways, then there's something seriously fucking wrong with you.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of you identifying that. Now, I started off, and I always have. I've made a couple of mistakes where I've mentioned the names, but you can see by the walk who the people are.
These people that have become suddenly popular.
Yeah.
On the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said, quite some time ago, that I believe the powers that be are going to dismantle this model, this heliocentric.
Yeah.
They're trying their best to dismantle. Now, these people that have suddenly become popular, I mean, it's only a matter of shifting numbers on a screen. Is it happening? Is it true?
Yeah.
Is it fake? Is there an agenda? All these sorts of things come into play. But I do believe that these Americanized remember, they're circulating to a national audience of 300 million people. That's a big lump of the population, and it's also going global. But they're definitely in place. They're definitely put in place, and they've been put in place. I'm not saying them all, but there's a certain few individuals that are specifically put in place to take us down this path.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what I'm saying to people.
Yeah. You have to prepare yourself, but people don't have the capacity to sit there and think. Once they've done their day's work or their day's emotional drain with children and school and fucking all sorts of things like that, debt, mortgages and cars, things that are everyday assistance, it's a need for them. And once they've explored that avenue and taken that on board, they don't have the energy to fucking sit down and think. They'll watch Coronation Street or fucking Neighbours or something like that, and then watch the news, and then they'll be happy. I'll have a nap now. Just fucking have a wee nap, and they go to sleep with these thoughts inside their head, and when they're waking up, it's time for bed, and then it's up again the next day, and it's on that fucking wheel.
Yeah,
they're on that wheel. They're caught up in it. You know, it's just materialism. It's gone wild. It fucking is. There's people around here. I seen a garage the other day. Somebody's got this lock-up garage, and I'm not kidding you. The amount of shite that was in there, it was unfucking told shite upon shite that was never used. Brand new bikes, brand new scooters for kids, and just arse stuffed up to the ceiling, the rafters. Materialism, that's what it is. That's what's driving people. Yeah. We all need money. I mean, but there's some ways. I mean, the truth to me, I mean, I could quite easily publish my work on a website and charge people for certain images. I'd make a fortune. But I didn't do things like that. I mean, what's the fucking sense in that? I mean, really?
It's because you're smart enough to know that it's empty. You know,
Yeah.
I've been there myself, chasing the money, chasing the job, the career. And when you start to get it, you know, you realise that it's meaningless. It's just a distraction. There's too many other prominent questions going on through me to settle for nonsense.
That's the word, distraction.
Yeah, well, that's it.
We've all got that. Everybody. Sort of emotional drain. You know, it affects people. Life, death, birth, marriage, divorce. Can we afford to go any place? Can we afford a car? All these things.
Yeah, they're just boring to me. They're boringly obvious, you know, they're empty. So
I lived a long time in London, 20 years in London, and where I lived was first class. It was fucking Bohoville. I'm talking about serious money, wall-to-wall fanny, all that sort of stuff. You know, I seen all that happen. I lived through that. I competed in that. I worked there, and I earned money and earn a living. I earned no bad money when I was there doing that, mainly because I was in a pond where there was plenty of money.
Yep.
But if you live in a fucking area that's downgraded, its manufacturing is gone, its shipbuilding's gone.
Yep.
It's very difficult to choose something that you really want to do, instead of stocking fucking shelves in Tesco's or working on.
It all comes down to that. You know, we don't cater for the individual. You know, education systems know there to identify individuals and what they're good at and help them to excel. You know, we know that. It's blatantly fucking obvious.
There isn't any choice. People don't have a choice. I mean, you can go through the academies if your mum and dad are middle class and they can afford to send you there. You can go, or you're clever enough to go there, obviously, and try to better your future. You can understand that. But that's what the atheism begins as soon as you go through that uni.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've seen it firsthand. I study things. I really do. I study actions, people's thoughts, people's ideas, their manner, their way they dress. You know, I study these things, and the atheism begins there. You're coming out of school, you're coming out of primary, secondary, and then for secondary, maybe go to college, and then maybe go on to university. These doors to the colleges, to the university, that's where it happens. You go in there, you maybe had a happy upbringing and church-going parents, and you believed in Jesus and God, whatever. And you go through, but once you reach these gates of colleges, universities, it all changes. Yeah, straight away, it's almost like, in case you forget, you live on a fucking ball.
Yeah.
Bang, this is how you're here. Do you know what I mean? You crawled out of the water, you're amphibian, you crawled out of there, and you came onto land, and you got, I mean, what a fucking shit of shite. You know, but the kids that have still got that spiritual, that divinity inside them, they go with the crowd. They'll think, oh, wait a minute, maybe.
That's it. And they made it hip. You know, it became a new kind of counterculture, and you had these guys, the Four Horsemen, you know, Hitchin, Dawkins, and Sam Harris, and, you know, all these hipsters who made it palatable and made it sound cool and appealing, you know, and they pushed it heavy, especially in the last 15, 20 years.
You see, that's when you're saying the last 15, 20 years, you're bang on, because that's when the computer age came on. They go.
Yeah.
It came on 1996, 97. Now, I remember the days of the modem and what have you, and it's just got better and better. They've got this technology. The things I look at, the things I see, the things I study or try to gain some information through the fractals, looking at the geometry, straight lines. I mean, straight lines don't appear in nature. They fucking don't. They're man-made.
Yeah.
It's a fact, you know. And there's a lot of people just kind of get their head around certain things, you know, perspective. It's fucking easy to find out. It's easy to learn. It's common sense. You know, I learned all these things 40 odd fucking years ago. I studied art. You know, I learned all about perspective and what have you. And yet people, you know, these people that are numbskulls that come, fucking clowns, these people that come into these chat boxes, you know, as gem pandas or what have you. That's just a name that I remember. You listen to what they're saying, and you know, I mean, really, I mean, if these guys had a fucking lobotomy or something, you know, do they not get it? That's what it's fucking like. They've had a partial lobotomy, and they didn't understand. They didn't want to understand. It's like I say, these people, there are agents out there. Now, you cannot name or label everybody as being an agent, but there's some of them, and they're definitely put into place to make sure that this gathers pace.
Yeah.
It's getting bigger and bigger, Flat Earth.
But I think they want it to gather pace in the right direction. You know, and that's where the problem comes in with people like myself, because, you know, you're actively saying to people, don't believe in any of the shit. You know, we don't require any maps and models. We don't jump to any religious belief, because these things are probably going to be used against you. You know? For me, it's full exploration, full disclosure. It's fucking nothing. I don't accept anything that they've got to offer. You know?
No, when you read the good book tells you, beware of the scribes, beware of these people that pontificate from high offices inside the temples. That's the priesthood. Yeah. You got to fucking just disregard these people. Religion in itself, religion should be disregarded. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a belief. That's entirely up to you. That's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
But I've looked, and like I say, I've done the studies. It's on my page. It's well found, well polished, and put together to try and show you the highest resolutions possible in the images. And you look inside there, religion, the cross. You go to the Egyptians, the Ankh. The Ankh is a crossing point, the circle above the transbar. That's where Jesus hung, the transbar, where he nailed his hands. You know, whether you believe in him, whether you don't, whether he's historically accurate, is neither here nor there. In that Egypt culture, they believed, and the cross, the symbol of the cross, is every place. I went to the Antarctic, I went to Sweden, Denmark, other places in these pre-cultures, Vikings and things like that. I've studied their landscape. I've been down to Stonehenge. I've looked at the landscape in Stonehenge. I've been in magic circles up here, Aberdeenshire, studied these things, and that's all connected. There was an ancient culture, maybe it was the Druids. I'm going back as far as history, if history is as true as what it says. You know, you believe that. And back then, there was a belief. Now, all these Druids came from Egypt. They did. They all manifested out of Egypt. That was the learning schools. And they traveled east, west, north, south. They went every place. And they took that culture with them. And as I say, when I study these images, I intend to put more up on YouTube. I've only just started. I had a break for about a year studying. But this map set, if you want to study a map, you must study present day maps. And the best maps out there are the USGS. Whether you believe in them or whether you don't, it's neither here nor there. They're documented with data, and the data is in the detail. And when you look at the detail, Look at this Antarctica, this big fucking lump of ice. Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. There's nothing there but water. That is a superimposed image that's on top of there. The Antarctica surrounds the circle. We live on the magic circle. That's what it is. It's a toroid. And a toroidal. Yeah, just look these things up.
Oh, I'm gonna check it out. I appreciate you coming on and sharing these things with us, man. And I'm gonna check your channel out a bit. I would maybe even wouldn't mind having a private call with you. Chat, and you can fill me in on some of the stuff you've been looking at and where to look. I'll get in about it just to have a look for myself. So I encourage everybody else to have a look at your channel, which is Light Reader.
I've had a few subscribers popped up on the screen. Somebody so-and-so. It's obviously people for your chat that have come in. It's amazing. You have to have an open mind. Yeah. When people have an open mind, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, that's just a myth. That's just a fairy story, whatever. Yeah? No. You have to analyze the world that you're in. And the world that you're in, we live in a world of fractals. It's almost like an ether. You're part of the ether. I am. Everything is. Yeah. Everything gets blasted by this effect, and it can only come for a toroid. I mean, I do believe there's some sort of circle above us. I'm not saying a globe. I'm saying a circle above us, but there's obviously got to be something below us as well. There has to be. I mean, a circle just doesn't fucking end halfway, like a bubble, Look, as above, so below. And what I'm looking at, I mean, I've been in a fucking daze for years, looking at some of the stuff I find, and I'm like, what the fucking hell is that? And it could only, it's guided me into that spiritual zone. I do believe in angels, gods, other beings, or whatever. I mean, because I'm going with what I find, not what somebody else tells me, not some religious cult. What the fuck would they know? Who told them that? They read that in some book or something like that. I've read in that book vital clues as to what directions to go in. And I've went in these directions and I found these things. And like I say, it's something that people have got to open their minds up to instead of dismissing. Oh, a lot of shit. These are the people that are in darkness, the fucking soulless.
Well, if anybody's to have learned anything through this, is to keep your mind open, and don't rule out anything and have a look at everything and check everything out for yourself,
Yeah.
That's hugely important. So
the last thing I want to just touch on is the chemtrails. The other night that I was talking to Doug for the toilet, and there's a moon up there, half a moon, and I looked up at it, and it was almost like there was a gossamer veil over the top. What that means? The sky was full of chemtrails at night time, fucking full of them. Now, what they're trying to do here, I'm unaware of, but I'm just touching. That's the last thing I want to say anyway. Chemtrails. There's definitely something going on there.
Well, it's definitely a phenomenon that needs looked at, regardless of what anybody claims they are. It is something that's happening and it has to be discussed again, whatever it is, as I said before, I've made it clear, if it was just innocent fumes, then I would still be demanding that they reroute the flights and they stop flying over the fucking populated areas, because it is affecting the amount of sunlight we're getting.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
There is an issue regardless of what anybody's saying about it.
I see people are saying a UV filter. That's the fucking latest, because the sun's harming us for some strange reason. I don't believe it is the sun. I believe it's a projection. It's been made by the people down here. I'm talking about the military. They're putting something up there for some strange reason. Or maybe they're trying to kill us. It's a fucking way of killing us.
Well, I could think of fucking much easier, less costly ways of doing that,
Yeah.
So But listen, man, I'm going to clear up and see. So I think there's a few other people want to come in and talk, but I really appreciate you coming on and sharing, you know, what you-
Never.
fucking and blinding, you know, so it takes a look off of me a wee bit.
Oh,
know?
was I blinding a lot there, was it? Sorry about
That's all right, man.
that. Yeah, that's me. It's an everyday chat. That's it.
Oh, that's it. That's it. It's the Scottish way. I try to explain that to people. We greet each other with "How's it going, you cunt?" And, you know, "How's it going, you fucker?" And, you know, it's just words. Some people are offended by it, but you know, that says a lot more about them. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but people check out Light Reader's channel. I'm certainly going to do that, and
Oh, next one.
hopefully we can hook up and get a wee chat in private.
I mean, would that mean we haven't got the Skype on or something? Because I'm having problems with fucking passwords. I mean, my computer.
No,
gets
we can use this. We can use the very same thing that's going on here. What I can do is I can set up another Hangout that's no broadcast, and I can send you the link to it, and you just come in the same as you've done here. So,
right. Can you share screens on that?
you can share screens and stuff. Yep. I'll walk you through it when we get a chance to chat.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because I know my programs that I use, but this internet's changing drastically. You know, they're closing this down, or you can't access that one because it's fucking our browser doesn't support it. And that's what I had to come out of Mozilla and go back into it. You know, is it Mozilla ESR or something? I had to get. I've got it, and I got through. So hopefully that will work again.
Excellent. We'll
Okay,
try. I'm sure we'll sort it out either way, and we'll get a meet up and we'll chat, man.
Okay then.
Nice one.
See you later, Del.
Thank you for coming. Cheers. Appreciate it.
I think you got people waiting to phone in. So McBeath, yeah, the air's clear. Do you want to dial up?
Cool. I'll just
Send the link to Gasper in the meantime, though.
Sorry.
I've sent the link out to Gasper in the meantime, but I'm sure he'll wait until you finished on the phone.
No problem. Dale, flat Earth is blowing up, pal. Even got my brother on board, who is brainwashed dickhead. Love him, really. I was having a chat with him about flat Earth and showed him a couple of your videos. You could see the penny drop in his eyes. It's up to him now. Water the seed, let it grow. I'll leave it and let it die. Keep up the good work, Dale. You're making a difference, pal. Thanks, Bez. Cheers, Bez. You never stray off topic or common sense, Dale. The truth is absolute. The problem is we are presented with the diluted version. That's the problem. It certainly is. We've got a few comments here. Hi, Dale. Something occurred to me last night. I've seen this one. Right, so I don't need to read this one out. But again, you know, we're talking about things like having to set up a new browser. My neighbour had sent a message to my phone there saying that he's been denied access to view this. So I commented last stream, but it got missed. Funniest thing ever, I took my daughter 9 to McDonald's. We got a balloon to take home. After 3 or 4 days, the helium's effect reduced and the balloon was in neutral buoyancy. Never rises, never fell. Yet another massive proof gravity is a horse shit. And we all can test at home. Dale, please don't read out my... Alright. Well, I've got your message there, man, and I'll check that out. Hi Dale, you said you would rule no possibility, but yet again, alright, so this is Dave about you're pushing your beliefs to other people when you have no evidence of either way. What beliefs, Dave from London? Why don't you just come in here and have a conversation with me, Dave? If you keep this up with a fucking text message, I'm just going to patch you, right? I'm not pushing any beliefs. I'm telling people to keep their mind open and not to believe anything. Beliefs are fucking mind viruses, as far as I'm concerned. There's no space at all. What the fuck, Dale? What are you talking about? Your viewer rating going down, Dale. Lol, what a load of bullshit. You link down, Dale. Whoa. Hi, Renata. I've just seen your ad on Gumtree tables and chairs. Wonder. We've got a troll. I'm even getting trolled on the fucking text messages now. People are fucking sad. So while I'm waiting on the next guest to arrive, I'm going to go to the chat. I'm right at the bottom of the chat here. 2.88 mile Beli belief. Yep. Dave, it's not me he's talking about, just so you know. Oops. Is Dave married to Brenda? Probably. And Timmy's a love child. Hi Neil, how you doing? I'm fine, man. Yeah, I never believe anything because new info can change beliefs. Yeah. Base things on direct experience. There's no reason for you to have to believe anything. It just shouldn't even enter into your mind. Oh, but you don't believe that Mount Everest's true. I don't have to believe in Mount Everest. If I want to go and experience it, I will. I don't even have to contemplate whether I believe it or not. You know? It's like they constantly people are trying to wire you into this, you know, mind frame of accepting and taking beliefs and these illogical fucking statements and questions they throw at you. Oh. Hello, Istalk. Istalk, you have to unmute your mic. There should be a wee microphone at the top of your screen. If it's red, you're muted. You need to click it until it's white. No, I'll carry on reading the chat.
I think Casper's dialing in off a phone, dude. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to unmute it on a phone?
I do not. I think it's the same. If it's on the phone, I think it's at the bottom. There should be a little microphone shaped thing. Right, I'm just going to continue and look at the chat until Istalk has sorted the mic out. Astro Ara, Poland is also flat. Regards from Poland. Nice one. Oh, jumped.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, no probs.
Okay, couldn't unmute on my phone.
Yeah, I can hear you, no bother, man.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, clear.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Oh, it's nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too, man. I think, have you been on before?
Yeah, I've been here once, a few months ago.
Yeah, I thought that.
For a short while. If you can see, but I'm just pointing my camera far over the curve, but it's on my phone and it's not really good, but the light you see in the back should be far beyond the curvature. It's night now.
Yeah, what are we looking at here?
Right. Sorry?
What are we looking at? Sorry.
Oh, I'm looking in Italy. That's about 50 kilometers away from here. It should be behind the curve, but it's not. I'm looking this every evening. Every day, you see far away. On a bright, clear day, you can see almost to Austria from here, which is 200 or even more kilometers away. The sun is setting behind some mountains, which are hundreds upon hundreds kilometers away.
Yeah.
It's really funny. It's strange. I never was cautious about this, but now I'm really amazed because I went to Google Earth and I could see how big distances this really are.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Should not be
Places
seen.
like that, places like that would be ideal just to stick a poster up.
Yeah,
Just to point it out to people. Having the natural observation in front of people is always great. You know, they really
yeah.
can't escape it, you know?
I made some videos also, and I will post them on the Facebook or somewhere. This quick videos, you know, that you go frame by frame by frame, then you stick them together, and
Yeah.
I don't know how you call it in English. Anyway, but it's always so many chemtrails. It's not every time. It's not possible to see it clearly.
Yeah.
The skies are just, oh, come on. For so much spraying last 3 days, it's not even funny anymore.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think we have to fire up these governments.
Yeah.
It would be time.
It
They're
doesn't
always,
get
they're
you.
always having some, you know, some referendums here about every fucking thing. Referendum would be to fire up the governments completely and start from scratch.
Yeah.
And not allow them ever to come back. And
No.
not allow nobody to stay in the government more than for, I don't know, maybe 2 years. Even this is too much.
That's
And
it.
then never ever come back again.
No, they have to be held to account. You know, things should be based on
Absolutely.
empirical facts and, you know, no
Yeah.
fucking corruption, no emotional manipulation, propaganda, all that stuff has to go.
Yeah. But I think it's something very much higher up in the government here going on. These governments are just here that we throw tomatoes in them, you know, but there must be something much, much higher up, even than these bankers and anything. See this
Yeah.
place like hell, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. I was just picking up yesterday a guy, he was 63 years old. He just lost his wife 2 months ago. His life was devastated. And you see these stories every They're mostly hidden behind all these happy faces, and we are having fun and we are so happy and blah, blah, blah. But then there is so much suffering in the background that you cannot even imagine.
Yeah. Loneliness,
No.
discontent, disconnection. You know, many
Yeah,
people are feeling it, but they put that face on because people are scared. People have been sold this, you know, they have to have this, you know,
Yeah.
all knowing, all wise together attitude, and everybody's got all the answers. And, you know, really people are just scared, and they should reach out to each other and build bridges again and build community, you know?
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's everybody's wearing these masks everywhere. I
Yeah.
live here in summer. It's the most touristic place in our country, and it's you see all that bluffing. It's incredible. It's really incredible.
Yeah.
Cannot believe it. I just laugh all the time.
Yeah.
They're spending their hard-earned expensive things they don't need, and expensive food and expensive everything. I mean, it's crazy down there. Prices are 3 times higher than everywhere else, but still they just go out just to show how happy we are and how our life is incredibly good, and oh, we are much better than you are.
Yeah.
And especially if you have a small children, then you have other parents together and they are just showing, you know, I have the latest phone and my watch is so good and the car I came with, it's, oh, we are so happy. But everywhere is the same.
That's it. We can have a balance of these things, you know, and as long as we can share it, then, you know, it would be a bit better. But
Yeah. I'm actually, you know, yeah, I for sure want to know where the hell we are living in. But still, what I really want to do more is to get out from here.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that this is the place where we belong. At least I don't belong here.
no, that's the way I feel, man.
Too crazy, everything.
Yeah.
And it's really, wow.
Yeah.
Just, you know, the best things in life always turns into biggest hell.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I see these posts on the internet, and he was 93 and he was 94, then she died, and this is so romantic. I mean, this is hell.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this? I've seen that guy yesterday. He was devastated. He went with a plastic bag. He was going from the main city toward the coast. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know where to turn. He was completely gone.
Yeah.
It's not It's not a nice place.
No, you know, but they continue to push that we should value this place and that it's, you know, it's a wonderful thing. And
Yeah.
that's the questions I always put to people. You know, where do you get that from? Can you not separate, you know, and realise that the wonderful things for me are the people, the beings
Yeah.
who I share
Exactly.
experiences with.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
but the overall, you know, view and nature of this place is, for me, it's something horrific, and that's why
Yeah.
I always put caution to people who are pushing that a wonderful God and this is a wonderful creation and blah blah blah. You know, who knows what's going on? How, you know, this could be a soul trap. People are saying to me, I rule out gods, but they're so limited that they can't foresee some other scenario and, you know, how we
Yeah.
end up here and what this place actually is. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And many people value things over life so much. You know, it's so important. There are things, you scratch their car, they're going crazy. If anything happens to whatever, oh, don't destroy that. Just the things are important. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
incredible. But anyway, this is where we are, and now it's our job to find a way out.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, I
Hopefully we
hope
can.
so. You know, the other day I was watching the moonset from here. I never watched the moonset ever. But the other day you were on a hangout and I was outside in front of the house just as like today, and the moon was setting. And it was setting and I was waiting to set behind the same mountains. You know, I wanted to see how it looks at night. And
Yeah.
it just vanished. It didn't set. It
Yeah.
vanished away. It went. It flew away. It's just, you know, like everything you see, it vanishes. The moon was also, it vanished.
Yeah.
It was a new moon. It was small, but it was incredible. I immediately phoned my friend. Hey, you should see this.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh, my friend will in the process in renaming his tattoo studio to Flat Earth Tattoo.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So if you want to have another tattoo, we'll arrange something you get for free.
Excellent. I'll make up.
Marty, so you won't be sorry.
I'll take that offer up.
Okay, for sure. This offer is on forever.
Nice one.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for having me on.
Cool. Anytime,
Okay.
man. Is it Gasper?
Have a good
Is that your name?
Sorry?
Sorry. Is
Istok,
Gasper?
Istok.
Is that your name?
Istok. No, Istok is my name. Gasper is just the name of my channel. Actually, Gasper is the name of my son and of my company and of my everything.
Nice one.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, thanks for coming. Let's talk.
Okay. See you. Thank you.
Chat soon, man. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers,
Bye.
bud.
Cheers.
So, go to these comments. In fact, we'll see what's happening in the chat. Do we have any other links? Anybody requesting, Marshall?
Yeah, links out to Ruby, and there's obviously a few more that I'll come after.
Nice one.
I'm glad this talk got on, man, because he's missed a couple coming in at the last minute, and there was we had a week full of trolls using Slavic titles, and he got screened through that as well. But I'll recognise him the next time. So nice one, Istok. Be good to have heard a bit more. There were people asking in chat what elevation you were viewing that from to get that sort of distance. I think you've mentioned it before, that obviously whoever was asking, you know, wasn't there at the time.
Yeah. Well, we know that he's, you know, Istok can come back on anytime, same as anybody. Welcome to come on and discuss it further. So I'll just go to the chat and read here while I'm waiting on the next guest. Matt C, for me it's flat enough to discuss with people. Other people are doing the channel thing real well, and hello?
Yo, what's up, man?
How you doing, man?
How you doing? All right, man. I've been trying to get on my laptop. I got a laptop, but didn't want to work. Didn't want to install the plugin for some reason. I didn't want to run it, but yeah, man. I'm about to do some activism right now. I'm about to head out the door. I just wanted to, say cheers. You inspire us all, man. So keep at it, man. Definitely. And to go with your comment, yeah, I've been especially attacking a lot of religious people because religious people want to know the truth. People that believe in God, I believe they want to know the truth. They just they're just not looking in the right place. They're looking under the rocks when they should be looking up or at the world around them. So I totally agree with that, man.
I've tried to reach out to them, and it's the same for me. I could see the game that was being played in regards to suppressing intelligent design. I was well aware of that, so I totally sympathised. I was involved with the creationism, evolution debates. I looked a lot at that, so I could see, and because the fear in people and people are looking for certainty and proper foundation and belonging, they keep referring back to these books all the time. But I try to reach out to them. I can totally sympathise and understand where they're at because I have the exact same questions, the same feelings. I'm looking for that certainty in those answers as well. But trying to get them to just leave the the religious stance alone, because it's much easier to reach people without going at them with a religious point of view, just because of the way things have happened in the last 20 years.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's like everything becomes religious, to the point that every morning in school you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance, without I pledge allegiance to the flag or stuff like that. They're just saying it over, and we know no better, And some people like me, when I was a kid, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna mumble this," I'm not gonna really say the whole thing. And like this, I always knew it was bullshit. And I've always had that feeling in me to be a little rebel, so you always not accept what's going on, and I'm glad that I followed my instinct, I'm glad that I found, because it brought me to see the truth, because if I wasn't in that state of mind, I wouldn't be able to see the truth,
Exactly.
I believe, I do a lot of this activism much because of your example, where you go on the street. I try to do somewhat of the same concept of asking them for reasoning of water bending and with no curvature and all this stuff. But I try to spit fire it, I know you take your time with it. New Yorkers are a lot more used to, something quick like a, So I spit a lot of things, a lot of facts in their face quick. And a lot of people, I tend to get a lot of better reactions from that. A lot of people comment to me, "Oh, slow down.
Yeah.
Talking too quick." But I think everybody has their style. Everybody has their way.
That's it. That's it, man. You've been doing some great work. I see that you're out, quite a lot. People, it's Awakening from Mind Control. That's right. That's your channel. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I see like how you get frustrated too with the people. Sometimes you want to choke them, like get it through your fucking head, but you can't, man. You can't, every day, the character building day for me. I think every day, hopefully I get the patience to slow down also, because and give my points a little more clear.
Yeah.
Because I get frustrated and I already expect them to know things already, but it's amazing how stupid they are. It really is.
Just the fact that they've had the interaction with you is enough, man. That there's actually a real person on the street, actively discussing it. That's enough, regardless of what's actually been said in the conversation,
Yeah, and sometimes I go to mostly the Jehovah's Witness, and they're always with the little followers, their minions right next to them, and they're always always trying to keep me away from them, because I think I shut down the whole train station where they have, and I only see one guy, like the one ringleader, but I scared away all the others, and I see that as a victory in this war that we're doing, and I'm gonna keep doing it, man, and it's all about consistency. It's like McDonald's. McDonald's is good because it's consistent. It's always there. Same
Yeah.
product, showing the same thing. You know, so that's all it takes for us too. You know, we're over only 2 years. You know, we have to go celebrate 100 years of flat Earth later on. We keep fighting it, you know, and keep going on, doing it and doing it and doing it until we get to the thick skulls of these people, you know.
Yeah. Well, if people like yourself keep getting out there and keep coming forward, and not even getting out in the street, just people who speak about it and represent it, you know, it'll get a lot there a lot quicker than 100 years. I'm tending, you know, at being in the next couple of years, not 100 years.
Yes. I mean, hopefully still celebrating it though, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg that we're doing, you know. I mean, the truth about it, the matter of fact that we're doing this just to help our body and our mind, you know, because a lot of people, you know, I think my father was taken away from HIV, AIDS, you know, and I think it's bullshit, man. You know, I think it's bullshit, and the instinct of me is saying it's bullshit because he must have been murdered, must have been manipulated. He was outcasted somehow, you know, and taken advantage of. You know, I think that's something that's been happening to us for very long. You know, they manipulate our mind and then they take advantage of us.
Yeah.
You know, they break families apart. They change people's minds with movies and shows. You know, and the thing is that we have to, you know, teach people not forget to learn how to separate reality from fiction. You know, from all this, you know, fake stuff that they're showing us. You know,
That's it.
that's, you know, and money, and and show people and tell people, make them understand that money is, you make money. Money doesn't make you. You know, you know, you go to a bank, you get a $300,000 loan. That just means you promised to work off those $300,000.
Yeah.
You know, you're just making it worse. You know, he's making it worse. Everybody think they'll go to college. You're making yourself a bigger debt, man. You're building yourself up to fall down even harder. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, some people, you know, just choose to take the blue pill. You know, and leave the red pill of reality alone.
Yeah.
And you know, some people are just wicked out there. You know, and I really get to the point is you know, I don't think there is much of a difference that could be made with a lot of the adults. You know, because a lot of the adults are already too far into the matrix. You know,
Yeah.
they're already in a gang. They're already in the gang of life.
Yeah.
You know?
But
So
I think people think that they're going to lose something or something's going to be taken away. You know, that's what I'm saying. Trying to encourage the positivity and that their lives can be added to. They're not going to lose anything, you know, but they can have something more to gain. You know, rather than, oh, you're going to lose all that because, you know, this is happening. We can present it to people in a way where, you know, you have a lot more to gain from understanding this. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people think things are a lot more fragile than than they really. The people think everything could be broken so easy. Like you learn. I study a lot. I have a lot of pets. You know, a lot of, you know, fish. You know, I have cats, and I study their behaviors and their natural behaviors. Like my cat, they disappeared for 4 days, and I was shook. I was like, oh man, I lost him, but he came back. He's an independent, you know, living thing. He does what he wants. He chooses what he wants, and you know, even though I'm scared for him, you know, I feel like he's fragile. He's not. He's an animal. He's built for this. We're built for this. We're built for survival, just like we are. We're built to live in this environment, you know. And the way humans are, you know, we put a lot of things inside of us that we don't need, but we don't put in what we need, you know. So we're missing out from fuck whatever we put inside enough, but we were missing out on the things we do need. You know, we forget we have to drink enough water, you know, some simple things like that. We forget that we need to eat enough greens, you know, to digest our food. You know, a lot of these, what's happening to our body is that is you know, crumbling away, you know. And I tell a lot of people about the flat Earth that this is just you know, a call for, you know, awakening your body from with health and mind and spirit. You know, the flat Earth is just something to help you understand. You know, the flat Earth is nothing to change your whole reality. It's to change your body. It's about us. You know, it's not about fighting the government. It's like make a war in our team and your team. You know, it's
Yeah.
not about no sides. It's about helping us, helping, you know, what we do is charity, you know. What you're doing right now is charity. You're not making any money out of this, you know. You're doing it because you love people, you know, and you want the best for them. You
Well,
want to be, you know, you want people. Yeah, I feel like that's what you're doing. You know, you care about, you know, people's health of mind. You know, like their psychology. You know, I think you know that's why a lot of people don't understand people's brains because they don't understand the reality of life. I think that's what you do. You bring bring consciousness, you bring health to mind. You know, and that's what we have to bring people health to mind. You know, when you see somebody crazy, when I see crazy people out there in the street with their bums, I go up to them and I talk to them like a human being. I try to understand where they're coming from. You
Yeah.
know, well, I tried. I used to do interviews before in the street to bums. You know, and the bums want to be left alone. You know, they
Yeah.
want to be in peace, and I think that's really what we're gonna end up wanting too. That's what we want to be. We're all bums inside. You know, we all want to be. Left alone. You know.
Yeah. But that's it. It's there in the nature. You see, you're studying the animals, and you know, I study like my kids, and I look at them, and I even looked at myself as a kid, and you just have that naturalistic instinct to keep moving forward, keep exploring, move from one point to the next. You know, no get caught up in dwelling, no get caught up in, you know, thinking about yesterday or tomorrow or fearing this or fearing that. You just move from each moment in time to the next. And that's predominantly our nature, but we'll get so many restrictions in front of us
Yeah.
that it herds us into these.
Yeah. What I think. Yeah. What I think it's a lot of it is fear. You know, like I was telling you, I was scared of my cat that he was gone. You know, why did I have that fear? You know, why do I have the fear? It's just like my son. I started thinking, oh my God, when my son grows up and he's inside in the street, I'm gonna be thinking he's not coming back he's not calling me back in 20 hours. He dead? You know, I'm gonna be thinking it's all about fear. You know,
Yeah.
and I think we have to lose that fear that everything is so delicate. You know, all this bullshit. You know that oh my God, the world's gonna melt and the sun's gonna fall on us, and all this is what has been put on us. Oh, there's bombings. Oh, someone's gonna kill us. Someone's gonna harm us. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, you know, this is being done by the media, man. All this terrorist activity is done by the media because if not, the media wouldn't have a job. You know, they create the drama, you know, and most of the time it's fake. You know, most of the time it's fake because it's easier to make it fake. Because if they get caught, no one's going to jail. You know, it's just.
You can see it clearly that it's not objective. It's not a balance on, you know, everyday life. It's just all fear. It's all negativity. That's the only thing you get. And you get presenters who are trained in how to deliver a story with the right, you know, emotion, the right body language, you know, facial expression, in order to imprint the message even more in people. You know, so we can see clearly that that's the game. You know.
Yeah, I know. Like I noticed in a lot of trains and a lot of buses, they say don't put radio, don't put TVs, and the reason is that because they don't want to have no kind of message or no kind of words. But you know what they can't stop is our words. So, you know, I see a lot of like show artists, like, you know, dancing in the train and the bus. And I think that's something that we have to start doing, at least in New York, because there's so many people on the train. Somehow that flat earth has to be out there. I don't see it at all. I don't see it nowhere in the train stations, you know, and I think I want to go one day and dedicate the whole day to just ride the trains and just talk in the trains, you know, with all these people, you know, try to, you know, warm up my voice, drink some tea or something, and talk all day in the trains, you know, and preach. You know, I see it all the time. The people talking about God and all this stuff, and nobody says nothing to them. So I should be allowed to do the same, you know. So I'm gonna see how I do in the trains, you know.
Excellent, man. Good man.
Yeah, man. But right now, for now, the weather's so nice. I just love cycling, going to the parks and catching people in the benches.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm gonna go check it out right now, man. I get into work at 7. I just do this, you know, as a little warm up for me to get happy in the day. You know, I use it as therapy. Somebody, you know, like giving food to somebody, you know, the food of mind, you know, just like you do. I think that's what you give to us. You know, you keep us fresh. You know, you keep us fresh and rolling. You know, you're the Flat Earth News to me. You know, I go on. Oh, what time is the Dell News is on? You know. You know, so definitely, man, you're like you're either Dell or Netflix right now. But It's good, man. That's the kind of character you're building yourself to be. A helper. A person of truth. And no bullshit. That's why I like, cause I listen to other people, flat Earth people, broadcast, and you're right, man.
Yes.
Man, they're bullshit characters. You're a no bullshit character. You're not trying for the glory. You're not doing for no. You don't make it seem like a freaking like those TV shows. You're just straight raw, man. You roll up the bogeys on top and talk and keep it real, man. That's how it should be,
That's it, mate. And I appreciate that you recognise that, and it's selfless. I don't want any thanks from anybody. I just, if I can offer somebody something, or I can help people, as you say, food for mind, then by all means I'm going to do it. I realise that things need to change and that things are off. So, I appreciate you saying that, man.
Now, yeah, and I feel like the only way to lead is by example, and you're doing it all the way, man. And that's what I'm trying to do, lead by example.
Yeah.
When people start seeing how I think and how it's helping my life to live happier, I'm smiling all day.
Yeah.
People, how do you stay so happy? I'm like, I know the truth.
That's it.
I don't get mad. I'm not gonna get mad at you, because I know everything is so simple.
Yeah.
People don't understand it. If you want to know, I'll teach you. But if you don't, I do activism all day, 24/7 at work. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. A lot of people ask me like the 20 questions. What about this? What about this? What about that? Boom, 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 boom. I cut it up, and they just don't get it. They think I'm a fucking guru or something. I'm like, nah, bro. I just simple.
That's it.
You just have to unlearn the shit you don't. That's all.
It.
Just unlearn the shit you know. That's it. That's it. That's all it takes is unlearning. That's to be a master. To be a master, just keep on learning one thing every day instead of learning one thing every day.
Yeah.
And like they say, be like water. Shapeless. Flow with the water. Don't crash. Water could crash if it wants to, but it could also flow.
That's it.
That's what you gotta do. Just keep it simple, man. Keep it humble. Don't try to act cute and shit. Just because that's why people are gonna think you're a gimmick.
Yeah.
And you've never shown any signs of being a gimmick, man. That's what's up. And it's when you find time, you go live. You're flexible. That's how people are. They're not just like, you don't do it like a job. You do it as when you feel like it should be done.
Yeah.
All these other people, they're on like 24/7 trying to make a cult. Like trying to just make it flat earther. We got a flat earth. No, it's not about just flat earth. It's about body, mind, happiness. It's about all that stuff. It's not just about the flat earth.
Yeah.
Flat earth is the beginning of it. Is the tip of the iceberg. It's most important, yes, but not really the most important thing is us. At the end of the day, us is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Being a little selfish. Why not? Let's be a little selfish. But let's not also undermine people that are suffering and being being violated by police and all that. As soon as I see a policeman trying to arrest somebody, I try to see what's going on. I got arrested for obstruction of justice for seeing people getting arrested. I'm like, hey, what's wrong with you? What did he do? What did he do? And then when I see something being done wrong, I step in front of him and like, hey, man, he didn't do nothing wrong. Let him go. And I get in trouble for that too. But I realize that you can't confront them right away. You have to kind of go around them. Go around them and let them pass by you and attack a different way.
Yeah, indirect.
This is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
By words. And I just people sometimes they say you get annoying, man. You talk too much. That's all I got. That's my only weapon, my words. When somebody wants to come to me and offend me and tell me to fuck off, I'm like, want to come, debate my ideas. You want to try to, prove me wrong, and they get tired. They can't keep up with me. So these people they literally go to sleep for me talking too much. Their eyes go like this, like That's what happens every time, because they're just I'm gonna go to sleep now, because that's the only defense: going to sleep and forgetting about it. Like like they just lost the fight. That's what happens when people try to wake up and try to forget about it again. But we need people like you, or people like I try to be like you. Remind people every day, keep them fresh. Hey, don't forget the earth is flat. Just just being annoying, you know, a little bit, you know.
That's it,
But
mate.
you know, just any example like, oh, like some kid was talking, oh, we're studying about global, something about global. I'm like, why are they called global if the world is not a globe? You know, just being annoying like that, you know, just you
Yeah.
know, bringing out everyday comments of why you think the world is a globe, because there's so many words, you know,
Yeah.
oh, global class. Why is it called global class? What proof is it a globe? You know,
So,
so little by little, man, you know, mostly I try to talk to teenagers, you know, above, you know, not little kids, because little kids look like a freak, you know, but I
yeah.
try to talk to teenagers coming out of high school, things like that. And every time I talk to them, you know, it's always interesting because a lot of them, you know, a lot of them accept it, but then others are like, no, no, no. And then really quickly I convince them. But with adults, unfortunately, they already went through school and graduated and celebrated the graduation 2 times, 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah.
So they're already too indoctrinated, man. I don't know, man, and I feel bad for them too, man. Because if I paid maybe $100,000 for a career, you know, and I took my parents' money, you know, then I'll feel like shit, man. Thankfully, I never went in too deep, you know, and I just kind of kept a freestyle. I think I did it the right way. Right after high school, I got married. I had a son. You know, I worked hard. You know, I think I did what my heart told me. I think I did the right thing. You know, now this son is my future, and that's, you know, I'm trying to make him, you know, better than I am. You know, but it's hard, man, because he's going to school right now, and religion is being pushed against him, and everything that happened to us. You know,
Yeah.
everything that happened to us. So I'm just battling that with him, and it's so hard. You know, because for him it gets annoying. It gets annoying, and he gets mad at me too. He's like, "Yo, Dad, shut the fuck up about the flat Earth." That's
Yeah.
what my son wants to tell me, and I don't blame him, man. I do kind of get annoying with it, man. You know, just because I think it's so important. You know,
Yeah.
but even
That's,
though I mean, even though that happens, man, I try to, you know, stay motivated by remembering how happy I used to be when I first found out about the flat Earth. Because, you know, sometimes like I could see you all sometimes get like, oh fuck,
yeah.
shit. Like, I mean, but no, man, you have to keep strong. It's
That's it.
like if they going to the gym, man. Sometimes you don't want to go to the gym and work out. You know,
That's
sometimes
it.
you're like, oh fuck it, I'm good. I'll work out next week. But no, you have to keep going at it, man. And it's annoying. It's annoying, but I know what it is, man. And I
That's why
appreciate you for that. Yeah.
yeah, that's why they put the traps up there to wear that down, because you get that initial energy and it carries you for so long, and you start to get frustrated, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you get really frustrated. Sometimes I'm like, yo, am I gonna stop doing this? But then I start watching my videos and I start noticing, you know, how well I did, you know,
Yeah,
how good I did it with these people, you know, how
yeah,
happy I must have made them, you know, like it reminds me, you know, you have to just refresh your memory of how beautiful of what a good thing that we're doing, you know,
that's it.
refresh yourself of how important is what we're doing, you know. We're the only ones. We're the only ones left for fucking society to be salvaged, pretty much, you know.
Yeah,
And the only way is growing. You know, we have to try to grow, but in a very subtle, humane way. You know, not in a gang, not in a cult, not in a, you know, just in a abstract. Everybody, you know, just like humans. You know, everybody's different. Everybody
that's
has to do it their own
it.
way, but just there has to be a core of knowledge. You know, of trusting our own instincts. You know, that has to come back into play.
Yeah,
Enough
common
of all, you
sense.
know. And you know, it's gonna, you know, they make it seem like the world is so big, but if you really put it into perspective and you put all the continents, the world is not that big, you know. And that's what keeps everybody so apart. Oh, the world is so big, so big. But really, the world is not that big, you know. At least the world that we're confined of is not that big. If you really put it, it's all psychology, you know. So, oh, it's so big, so we can never get together. Nah, it just takes, you know, good communication. You know, we have the stuff. They have the technology better than ever to communicate. You know, it just takes a little innovation, a little idea of how we're gonna do this. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
start
Keep
doing music
inspiring each other.
festivals. You know,
We just need to keep inspiring each other, man. You know. So I say, if as people come forward, you know, if I've done something that inspires people, people like yourself come forward, that inspires other people, and we just keep feeding each other that way, you know. And as you say, you be subtle and be indirect, and it's the best method. It's always been the best method for me, you know. As I say, that's why I, you know, formulate the Socratic way.
A lot of people think you need money, but you know, we could do it in other ways other than money, you know. People say, "Oh, what are you gonna do without money?" You know, we seem helpless without money. Because you know, what millionaire do you know out there that's a flat earther? Where they at? You know,
Well, who knows? Who knows who's out there, man? Who knows?
And if they are flat earthers, they choose to take the blue pill because they're like, "Fuck them," you know.
Yeah. Well,
like you said, that's human nature.
I can understand that. If you get many trinkets and toys to keep you distracted, then you know that's a heavy pull for some people.
And I think it comes down to paying taxes, man. You know, taxes is something that we all agree on. You know, we all agree to pay the taxes. When is it going to take for all of us to stand together and say, we're not going to pay our taxes this year? You know?
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to. First of all, man, we have to stop paying them taxes, you know? That's what it is, man. But does anybody have the balls to do that, man? I mean, to go to jail for that? That's what it comes down to, man. Like, you know, saying, hey, arrest all of us, you know? Hey, if you're going to arrest, you know? That's what it comes down to. Stand together and say, arrest all of us at the same time. Because we're all not going to pay our taxes. And I think that's something we have to kind of manifest, you know? Because that's the only way, man. If not, your kids are going to pay taxes in the future, too. You have to stop this. You have to stop the taxes. That's always been what wars has been about. Taxes. Always.
Well, it's been about other things than that. It's many aspects for why these things
but the thing is that the money controls everything, you know?
Yeah.
You know, money controls everything, unfortunately. That's the system we're living, you know? You know, the money controls everything, you know? And it buys people all the time. You know, and then after money, it starts going to fear, into war, you know? And that's the last thing we do. That's the last thing we want to do.
Awakening.
Guys, I'm about to go. I have to go do my activism before it gets too late. You know, so
just wait
it was a good chat.
Guys, stop talking up each other. That's fucking pisses me right off, man. We need to stop talking up each other.
You guys have a rack. You guys have a whole bunch of people here, so you guys, I'm gonna catch up on your show later on when I come back home. I'm gonna do my activism, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. I love you guys. Take care, right?
See you later, man.
Good job, man.
Meryl, how you doing?
I just wanted to talk to him before he jumped out, but it's too late. It's okay. I was just going to say, I'm in Australia, Dell's in Scotland, he's in America, and it's like we're the real United Nations, you know?
Yeah.
This is really happening. Like, we've got to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of something new. And that's the only reason why I jumped back in, but he's gone. But hopefully he's still listening. And yeah,
cheers.
Respect to you. Sorry to butt in. I just wanted to chime in. It's been a great show, Del. Good on you, mate. I'll jump out again. I just wanted to bring that one.
Cool. Cheers, mate.
No worries.
Cheers, mate. Right. Do we have somebody else waiting to come in, Marshall?
Yeah, I've got hang now your links out. And there were some people waiting to be able to get through on the phone, Dawson. I mean, there's an opportunity right now.
Yeah. I need to keep saying that to people. If there's somebody here chatting, I'm not going to answer the phone. So if we just wait until there's a gap, then I will answer it. Yeah, Dale, it took me about a year to find your channel. It's so easy to get lost in the crap that's on YouTube. At one point, I was sucked into believing the flat earth model until I found your channel. then I felt more content in saying that we really don't know where we are and that it's an ongoing investigation. More people should tackle the subject like you do. Dale, it took me about a year to find your channel. It's so easy to get lost. My voice. Oh. Christian, how you doing? Sorry, just to finish, that was from Jay, so cheers, Jay. Christian, you there?
I was muted. Sorry, I muted myself. What's up, Del? How you doing?
How's it going, man? You all right?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, man. It's so good to actually finally talk to you, bro. It's like you were a big part of me waking up to this thing, man.
Thanks, man.
It's been 8 months since I've been a full-blown flat earther. I started making some videos myself. I'm more like, in the beginning, I found myself getting involved in a lot of debates, and I do think it's a good thing to do that because it exercises, your ability to think, certain questions, because getting into flat earth at some point, you have to there is kind of like a leap of faith involved. You take all the information in, but there comes a point where your cognitive dissonance goes where you were living on a ball your whole fucking life. Ooh, sorry. And then all right. I'm going to be on Patricia Steers' show on Monday, so I got to learn how to stop dropping the F-bomb. I don't want to do that because I'm a New Yorker too, so it just comes out like it's another word, Anyway, so then eventually you got to stop and say to yourself, even fuck it, the earth is flat, even though you're not even sure, so that your mind starts to ask the right questions. I mean, that's how you get into this, is because you try to debunk it. I mean, and I remember watching that video you with the deflated soccer ball and spraying water on it. I remember that. That was great. Oh, it was great. It's classic stuff, man. And so yeah, I did. One time I was very new into it, and some dude challenged me to a debate. And at the time, I didn't think I had enough knowledge, but I said screw it. Let's do this. And then I was able to do my research, a lot of the extra research on the fly. So it actually challenged me. It got me to exercise my own muscles of perception and see that so many things that people think are just on the globe can occur visually on both models. There's so many things. So a lot of the things that they say is proof is not proof. Things can exist on both. So anyway, at this point in my life, though, I could get involved in those debates, but you know what? Most people don't. They don't. It's just all negativity. When you got a globetard trying to argue with the flat tard, I'll call myself a flat tard, nobody walks away any better. It's just a bunch of negativity. This guy still believes in the globe. I still believe that the earth is flat, and nothing's ever going to change that. Though, yeah, it does make you a little smarter.
Sharpens your tools.
Yeah, it does sharpen your tools. It definitely does. It definitely does. But the videos I make are not so much about that. I'm not out there to prove the flat earth. It's been proved. You've proven it. So many people proven it. It would be redundant for me to even try to do that. But what I talk about a lot is the sociology of it. It's the impact it's had on my family, my friends. Me and my brother are not even friends anymore over this shit, and it's ridiculous. It's not my fault. I don't attack him over this stuff. He attacks me over it, as if I'm an idiot. Meanwhile, he's my little brother. Every other question in life he ever had, he came to me. I'm not a gullible person. I'm very objective. Into bullshit. And this, I couldn't believe it. And we in the beginning, we made fun of it together. We were like, oh, you heard about this flat earth thing? I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of stupid. And I looked into it, and it was like a splinter in my brain, and then it grew and grew and grew, and I couldn't Del, I must have lost 6 months of sleep over the shit. I wasn't happy. I turned over every boulder, every little stone, every little thing, and it changes you, man. Just like the last guy was saying, it changes you atheists into people that are spiritual. That's an amazing thing. I think the last video I just made was called Flat Earth Brings Hope. Is that so bad? You know, it's turned people into humanitarians again. It makes you begin to care about what's going on. It makes you think about what's going on. It makes you realize it doesn't even matter. I mean, yes, it does matter. The shape of the earth does matter. At the end of the day, what's most important is what you do with it. And if you can't realize beyond the shape of the earth, if you can't realize that we're getting, I almost wanted to drop the F-bomb, but I'm going to try not to. We're getting screwed every day. I mean, every day. And by psychopaths. And that's the problem is people, I mean, I get it. People want to think that humankind are like, oh, generally good. And, oh, our politicians, it's like, yeah, they're scumbags. And they're like, they'll agree with you. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, they're scumbags. But, you know, that's what you have to do to be a politician. And it's like, no, I don't think you understand. They're not scumbags. They're psychopaths. They're sociopaths. There are people strings that have no souls, obviously, because if they're willing to make sacrifices of thousands of lives like that just for monetary gain, which to them it's not even money. Like I don't even know what you call. You know, they print the money, so it's beyond money. It's power. Yeah. Just for like, it's like they're playing a game of Stratego, and our lives are dispensable to them. And here's the crazy thing, is that if money is, you know, it's our energy, it's our labor. All the people that make the world go around, the people that work with their hands, that build houses, that build boats, fix cars. If the shit ever hits the fan, where's the value in like all these white collar scumbags that are making all kinds of money, basically, and what their job is to move large amounts of money from this point to this point, make a little percentage, take this, but meanwhile, that little percentage is a lot compared to what we make. When the shit hits the fan, and let's say the freaking power goes out, and there's shit like that, and there's a flood and all that, that guy's job is useless. Yeah. He's gonna be begging. He's gonna be knocking on your door, like, help me fix my car. Help me. Where were you, motherfucker? Where were you when I was making $10 an hour painting out, you know, whatever it was? Our labor is worth so much more, yet it's all backwards. Yeah. Most amount of money, literally, physically, have the least amount of use in this world. And that's the truth. And I'm not into the Bible, never have been. But I do think of things biblically now because of the flat earth. I look at Genesis differently. But there's that saying, I think it's like Matthew, I forgot I don't know which quote, but it's something like those who are first will be last, and those who are last will be first. And for some reason that quote really hits home. It really makes me realize that we're seeing some shit in our lifetime that I didn't ask for it, but it's like in a weird way we kind of won some weird lottery. It's like we won some weird lotto, you know? It's crazy. I kind of feel like my entire life was leading up to this. I was always into the truth. I always just want the truth. I don't want to lie to myself. I don't want to lie to myself anymore. I've spent plenty of years screwing my life up. Very good. I don't need any help screwing my life up from anybody else. So it's just amazing, man. This whole thing is just changes everything. It changes your head. It changes everything. Changes the way you see things. And yet we're like, I don't know, what are we, less than 1% of the pop? I mean, I don't know what I know we're going up. It's not going away. We're a little circle inside a big circle, and it's not getting any smaller. This isn't going away. This isn't some like little, you know, fake trend that they thought it was. They thought this was going to be, oh yeah, no, flat earth is going up so to the point where YouTube has to roll back numbers. What does that tell you? If they've got a fake view counts, like what the fuck does that tell you?
I mean, even my back here. So it's just me that's hearing that.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, yesterday at the BBC, you know, I met people who were coming out from the BBC building, the TV network here, and who had heard of this. So it's obviously reaching You know, far more people than we're realising. And it's a testimony to it when you see that they're having to mess with the view counts. You know, they're stopping people from getting access to watch. So it tells you everything.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. What's the name of your channel, man? Sorry.
Oh, it's called Hangnail. I don't. Can you see? Can you see it on my name? You saw my name. I think I might have screwed up. My name is Christian, but my channel's called Hangnail, and I'm not sure if I don't have any videos under my name. It's just that's my Gmail address, that's my name and whatever. So my channel is called Hangnail, but sometimes when I join a Hangout, it comes up as my name because I think the way I set up my YouTube account a long time ago, and I linked them together too late. So my channel is Hangnail, which I might change the name of it to Flat Earth Hangnail. I don't know because. Yeah, I'm looking down there at I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, I come in as Hangnail. Oh, there's my ugly face on YouTube. Oh my god. But yeah, it's Hangnail. You know, it's a little red moon. But I just been making videos, basically a lot about how it's affected me, how it affects my family, and not just my family. I mean, I made a video about how it's affected my friendships. I don't blare it up on Facebook. I'm not looking to just piss people off for the sake of pissing them off. If they ask me, I'm damn well going to stand by my beliefs. You know what I mean? But I think that if someone is going to believe in this, or if someone is going to look into this, it's because they're already pre-constructed. You need to have the ability to throw away all your prior belief systems. And some people just can't do that. They just literally cannot do it. And they keep looking for that peer-reviewed paper they need from a scientist. They need something. They just need somebody smarter than them to tell them. And that's so sad because they've taken our common sense away from us. They've made it so that we literally are dependent on smarter men telling us the nature of the world around us. And that is so sad. They're telling you, you can't figure it out for yourself. You need to have a really high IQ to understand Einstein's theory of relativity. And there's only like 5 people on the planet that can really understand it. And you're not that. So why don't you just sit down and let us tell you the shape of the planet. Let us give you some pictures. I know, I get it. The first thing people ask, why would they lie to us? Why would,
Oh, who knows why?
Yeah, why? There's so many answers.
Doesn't matter, right? Why? That's not important to me. Why? We can deal with that when we get there. But that's a thing that's thrown at us so often. Well, why would they lie? Why would they lie? But that doesn't take away from the fact that they are lying. So let's just deal with that and accept that first of all, and then we can maybe find out what's next.
Exactly. It's just like that metaphor that if you walk up on a murder scene and there's a dead body, you don't say that the murder didn't happen until you find a motive.
Yeah.
You don't say, "Oh, I don't believe this did happen," unless they find a motive. Well, why would there's so many there's monetary reasons.
Yeah, that's it.
There's so many reasons.
Meryl brought that exact point up the last time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm looking at the chat here for a second. I don't want to take up too much time, Del, because I know you get so many people. But I'm just wanted to get to say hi to you, bro. I mean, like that's so to be able to say hi to you is very cool to me. It's special to me. So, all right, bro. I'm in New York. You got my channel. I hope you can. Do you know what it is? Hangnail? Can you subscribe?
Yeah, check it out, people. Can you? I don't know if you can maybe send us a wee link and we'll put it in the chat.
Like, if you give me a wrench, I could throw it in, or if you want to give somebody.
We can leave it in the group. Leave it in the group chat, dude. On the right hand side of this video.
Let me just take a brief look here. Shit. Yeah, I talk about whatever comes to my head. Where's my channel? I'm trying, man. That's all I can do is try, and all I can do is just be honest. What I usually do is I turn on the camera. I don't even know what I'm gonna say, and I just say it. To me, it feels the most honest. You know, you've all heard of Daniel Pratt, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's probably my biggest inspiration for doing what I do, because a long time ago I saw him make a video, and he goes, listen, if you guys are making comments in all these videos, and you're not doing anything and making videos, and you wait, you know, make videos. And then I said, shit, I don't want to get my face out. I was, scared to get my face out there, and I just had to do it. You know, it's like it's gonna happen sooner or later. Like eventually, my friends and some of these people are gonna figure it out, and they're gonna say, "Oh, so you're into that?" And I'm gonna be like, "Into that? Yeah, I don't think the Earth is flat. I know it is. It's the difference."
That's it.
You know, we got to talk all day. You know, they're like, "Oh, you think you could believe?" I'm like, "I don't believe the Earth is flat. This isn't. No one gave me a book and said, here's the principles of flat Earth you have to believe in. Everybody's flat. Everybody's learning." Awakening to flat Earth was a completely personal journey. They connected their own dots. They completely did their own thing, and
it's everybody's
got a different story. Yeah. All right, so I threw my channel on there. Can you see it, or did I screw it up?
Yeah, I'll get it in 2 seconds.
Oh, you know what, though? You need to switch to this, my brother. I smoked for 26 years, and now I switched to this. Much cheaper. It is cheaper. I don't spend near as much money on this as I do on cigarettes. But so, I mean, have you lost friends because of this? Have you lost friends and family because of flat Earth?
No, there's maybe be some distance. Yeah.
What?
Bye. Horrible feedback. Yeah.
Oh, horrible. Well, I don't think I'm echoing because I turned everything else off.
I'll just try that. See if that's still going.
I could turn.
Well, I've shared the link in the chat there, man.
I put it in the group chat.
Yeah, I shared it into the chat box there on the YouTube.
Excellent. Thanks, brother.
All right,
hey, man. Take it easy, Del. Listen, I love you, man. I love what you do, and I hope I get to talk to you soon. All right?
Yes, Christian.
Take care, man.
Yes, Christian. Easy, man. Is that still there? No, it's gone now. So what time are we on? Nearly 10:30. Is there another link, Marshall?
Yeah. Flashy wanted to pop on for 5 minutes, dude. We got time for that, or are you wrapping up?
That's cool.
Chris, your link's sent, dude.
Hey Dale, was out the other day on my bicycle. Rain came on just as I got to the lights. When I started, I could feel rain hit my face harder when I started pedaling. How come if we are spinning at 50 miles per hour, the raindrops are not the speed of bullets by the time they fall from thousands of feet above? You get the idea, I hope. But they're going to say that the magic Velcro effect, that it's all moving with the earth. Channel was doing great and the activism was brilliant. This carry on with the name callers and the folk accusing you of being a sellout or shill is a pain in the ass. Everyone is supposed to be looking at the truth, no fucking argument. Cheers, Alan. Well, you know, at the end of the day, it's in the walk. They can say what they like, but you know, I judge it on by people's actions and what they actually push for, you know, rather than just sitting talking and, you know, they can all badmouth. But that's commenting off. I've had this from somebody before, and I deleted it by mistake because I went to comment on it. And they were saying, "Oh, you owe it to your subscribers. Your channel only is where it is because of your activism. Stick to your street interviews and what." And I'm sitting, you know, and I'm saying to myself, "Where does this person think I actually am? You know, you are here because of your activism. You know, your channel's got to where it is because of your activism. I mean, where is it you think it's got to? I think people are under the impression that, you know, maybe because a channel's popular that you're living some sort of fucking pop star lifestyle. Absolutely fucking nothing has changed in my life. Nothing. You know, I'm the same person, same set of circumstances. You know, this is not a fucking platform to become Saturday Night Live. You know, I mean, I don't know what the fuck people are thinking about. But cheers, Alan. Hi Dale, been listening. Have you? Hi Dale, been listening. Have to go. Got my son this weekend. You got my number. Help always here if you need it, bro. Peace out. Colshy Cats. Cheers, man.
I've also got a link out to Will Fabian, who's been commenting across the mail, hoping to get a link in. So, Will, if you're there now, drop in, please do.
I've got a nice wee rhyme here for you, Andy. In all the years since your birth, have you considered planet Earth, the shape of which may not matter? Go look now, it just got flatter. What's this? Bez, you've sent a message that says download. I don't know how that's going to work. I have no YouTube channel, so I'll do it my own way. Thanks, Dale. Forgot to say, all laminated from the northwest weather. So I'd imagine this is a picture of some of the activism stuff that Bez has been up to. But I don't know how to get it, the download. So, there we. While I'm waiting on somebody appearing, I'll go to the chat. Finish rolling this. Mr. Cashiers, flat earth spaceship is perfect artificial megastructure system created by aliens. For me, I keep saying that to people, it's a design, it's a construct, it's a technology of some sort that has to be existing somewhere within a larger environment. Could be a fucking spaceship for all we know.
Right, I think I've misread Will's message there, dude. He wasn't looking to come in live.
Right.
So I've also got Arwin waiting, who'd like to come in. So the link's going out to you, Arwin.
Pragmatic, yes, spaceship moving upward. Could very well be, man. See, we can't rule anything out until we have the investigation and we try and discover what's going on. So I'm very well aware of the ridicule at any motion. When, how do we know? I'm getting a phone call here, so if I get a guest coming in, I'll just need to. Hello? You need to turn. You need to turn the YouTube down. Yeah, speaker. You need to turn the YouTube volume down. You're just getting feedback and echo here.
Yeah, I know that. Right. Can you hear you now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm alive, eh?
Yeah, I've just.
I want to ask you a question. What do you think about the activism that has been pushed? Fucking
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I've not seen anything. I've not been paying attention to that. What's going on?
So what they're doing is they're invading like live channels. Like the live stream itself, you know, and what they're doing is they're going on the gamer channels.
Yeah.
Not just gamer channels, they're going on and the people you're going about 50 or 60 subscribers and they're flooding them with it. Yes, it's flat.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know.
Sorry.
Anything like that, you know, so yeah, fucking, well, personally, I think it's totally disrespectful. And it's harassment, you know, for them sort of people, you know.
Well, that's it. It could be looked at that way, you know. It could be used against you. So I would be wary of that type of thing.
You know, yourself.
Yeah. I mean, activism's good, but it has to be respectful. It has to be subtle and it can indirect. You know, it's no different from people just coming and spamming the comments here saying the Earth is a globe. You know, that would just piss me off. You know.
Yeah, but activism is great. You know, but fucking invading.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I've just said that. You know, it has to be subtle and can indirect. It's, you know, as least offensive as you can be. You know, people are just going to reject it and look at you in a negative light. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So have you looked into that?
Yeah, well, I know that it's going on. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't sure what you were talking about. But
Yeah.
I know now.
They're trying to invade you as well.
Ah, well, you know, I've had many people trying all sorts of things here, so I'm used to it. You know,
Yeah, I know that, but I'm talking about there's somebody going up, you know, and you're spamming people that's agreeing with you, stuff like that, you know.
yeah, yeah.
I'm watching how many people is watching you now, but at the moment you haven't been invaded.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, cheers for phoning in. I've got somebody who's just appeared in the hangout, so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, appreciate everything you're doing, Bill. Thanks for speaking.
No bother, man. Thank you.
Right, bye.
Arwen, how you doing?
Hey, Del, I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on your hangout, man.
No bother, man.
Yo, so I've been very active today on RT chat activism, basically, with the whole Manchester false flag event.
Right.
And they don't like it. They don't like it at all. It's incredible. Like, I'm into this kind of stuff, you know, into chats, and I always like get onto these chats, look as people are typing and everything, and you just see them like all these people, they're talking like Ariana is like a meat puppet and a whore and all that stuff. No responses at all. Then I type in, oh, it's a fake event, and I get completely spammed with trolls. Completely.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious. It's amazing. And they really went very far. They just kept trolling me, and then at some point I got like one of the first posts in one of these articles, and I immediately got upvoted, and they didn't like it so much that they actually blocked the upvote system, because I got notifications like every few minutes, hey, this article, I've got an upvote again. And I looked, it's still 4 votes. But I was still, for like 2 hours, the highest upvoted comment.
Yeah.
They just can't handle it. And I keep telling them, look guys, you can delete me, you can block me, whatever. It's just gonna be a Streisand effect. And they just don't wanna learn. It's amazing. So, what have you been doing today, Del?
Just the usual, mate. Exercising and had the kids at the park, you know, take the dog. So
Cool.
usual everyday stuff, man. Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
did you come in to make a certain point, or
Sorry.
I thought you were coming in to make a point, or?
Well, I just wanted to make a mention of this this thing that that happened, and that apparently now the MI5 or even 6 is like on my tail, because they actually hacked me. They found out my name. Whatever, I don't care. They said like, yeah, we'll send people after you. Like, oh yeah, well come at me. You think I'm afraid of you? Like, I got all this energy, I got all this determination. They can't handle that. They can't intimidate that. Come get me. You know, what are you gonna do? Send some like real assassin after me, after some guy that does chats? Don't be stupid. That doesn't make any damn sense. It's just gonna give more legitimacy to the whole thing that I'm harping on about. So no. They can't stop the signal. I love saying that.
Yeah, they'll try all sorts of intimidation, man. You know.
Yeah, they really took it really far. They even like tried to do the stupid chat trick, like keep on questioning and then just like, oh, so you think it's fake, right? What about all the dead kids? And they said, no, there's no dead kids. Oh, how do you know? Well, I haven't seen any corpses or wounds. And then they say, oh, what? You want to see all the dead kids? Are you some kind of a maniac? They keep on doing this. It's
Arwen, the things like that are not really relevant to this platform, and it's no kind of things that I really want to be discussing, mate, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I don't want things associated with this platform. This is purely about natural science and about the shape of the earth. You know.
All right. Oh,
so,
I can talk about that all day, so that's absolutely fine with me.
Yeah. Cool.
Just 5 seconds to introduce Will Fabian. Dude, he's been trying to get organised for a link for a little while now. How you doing, Will?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You're man.
Okay, good. I didn't know if you guys could hear me. Hey, Del.
How's it going, man?
It's going good. You look tired, buddy.
I'm a bit worn now, mate. Yeah.
Probably playing with the kids, huh?
Yeah. Been a busy day. Yeah.
I just wanted to stick my head in quick. I don't got the video thing working. I don't think you guys. Can you guys see me?
No, it's just your name. You can see there's a picture of you there, though.
You can see the picture of me there. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, I just wanted to say, hey, Del. Hey, Marshall. You guys are doing an awesome job. Of course, you know I've sent you enough emails. You probably know what I'm doing. So I'm trying to get everything together so I can get out there on the street like you, Del, and hopefully get into some of the, because I live near a couple of TV stations, local TV stations here. So hopefully I can get out there and do some of that great work that you're doing, because you have inspired me. I'm sure you've heard this before. So
Nice one, mate.
Thank you. Thank you for being there. And thanks for that smile. Thanks for all that great stuff you guys do. Okay. And I'll be talking to you. Okay.
Good man. I look forward to it, mate.
All right. You guys take care of yourself. And if you need anything, just yell at me.
Yeah, keep in touch, man. I'll try and get a catch up. You can get a private chat. Huh?
I will. I'm actually just today. I spent most of today setting up my YouTube account to do live. So I had to invest in some software, about $1,000 in some software.
Yeah.
It's called Wirecast. I don't know what you guys are using, but it's called Wirecast, and it's the full version. So I had to kind of spring for it because I wanted to do something kind of like live, like you're doing. Like you, Dale. I don't want to be. I'm not looking to be a personality. I'm not looking to, be a movie star or whatever, celebrity. But I do want to share the word and plant some seeds and wake the world up to see, what if we can find out what the dimensions of the place we live in here.
That's it.
If anybody's planning on a trip to Antarctica, please put me on the ticket, okay?
Count me in.
But hey, Del, thanks for your time. Thanks, Marshall, for the link up. And you guys have a great day. I'm going to check out.
Cheers, Bo.
Cheers, Del. You take care of yourself. Keep smiling, buddy.
Cheers, bud.
Take care.
Be easy. Arwen, you know, sorry for interjecting and cutting you like that, mate, but it's important to me. You know, I understand the tactics that can be used against certain things, and I'm just not accepting any of it. So when it's touchy subjects like that are being attached, then I'm just going to veer away from it. You know.
Okay,
I'm sure
that's understandable. I get it. It's a very and I've noticed this, that it's almost like the 9/11 thing back then. It's like talking about it, and people get really upset. They just think about, oh, the children. They can't get beyond it.
Yeah.
And every time I ask them, and they don't want to hear it. So I know I'll stop about it. But anyway, hey.
Yeah, no, we know the emotional games and how they use them, emotional manipulation against people. You know,
but even despite this, there's a lot of people that are already catching on to this. I get many votes. I get a lot of comments, but well, the moderators or whoever is in control there, they just keep on deleting stuff and everything. It's really embarrassing. I don't get it why they do it. If they didn't do it, then people would stop talking about it. It would be just another conspiracy subject. But now they're just lightening it up. They're lighting it up even more. Anyway, what do you think?
They have to make sure people are distrusting the government before they dismantle it and offer a solution.
Absolutely.
But that's just what I think it's going for, you know. But
hey, what do you think about the whole Infinite Plane Society troll raiding thing? Have you heard about that?
But this jumping into comment sections and bombarding it.
Yeah.
Well,
have you got it?
I've not really paid much attention to it, but you know, people need to discern, you know, for themselves how things are being viewed and if it's having a positive effect or whatever. As I say, if we've complained about the trolleys that we get, you know, and how annoying it is and how it can make you feel, and if people are just, you know, being approached in the wrong manner at the wrong time, they're going to have an adverse reaction to it, you know.
Yeah, but they haven't ran into your chat yet, because yesterday I was on Robert Shortman's chat for a moment, and suddenly the trolls just came rolling in, just flatter. They just completely spammed the place full. It was crazy. That hasn't happened to you yet?
No, that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, it's crazy to see. It's like suddenly like the chat goes super fast.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that they do it, but sometimes I think, like, is that really useful? You know, because they're not really talking about the intricate details, like the cosmogonical information. They just say flat Earth, and
yeah. Well, that's it. It's not really productive then, is it?
Well, it's gonna get some attention to it, but I think it's gonna gather more trolls than real scientific-minded people.
Yeah, it's how we get people's attention with it that's important, I think, you know.
I guess it's a good thing, but I think that the debates, the whole globe versus flat Earth debates, are much more important on the long run, because there's so many people out there, especially the smart ones, that just really got that globe in their head, and it's so hard to get it out. And just saying flat Earth is not going to help.
No.
You know?
No.
Is that what people are? Is that people's ambition? Yeah, to have things dictated by mob rule.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's what they're promoting, isn't it?
Well, they're zerging it. They're trying to push it, the flat Earth, in your face.
Well, I've got to disagree on that point, Arwen.
What do you mean?
I see. Well, I see the same protocols being picked up by them as by the Black Bloc, and their ultimate ambition is to create discord, not harmony.
You got a good point there, and I have to say I've been listening to some of Infinite Plane Society's instructions to his cohorts, and it does seem to kind of move into that direction. He even uses like pretty unfriendly words at times. It doesn't seem very sympathetical to his targets. I don't know, I got this bad feeling about him.
Stop listening to him, man.
Well, I'm not following him. He even banned me from his chat, so I can't even talk to him or anyone in there. But I'm just keeping track of what he's doing, and just.
Well, I called it the way I called it, and that's it. You know, I don't need to say any more about them. I've said what I've said, and it's up to people to decide now and discern for themselves. You know, and we'll see what happens. You know, time will tell. You know?
Yeah, yeah, it will definitely. But, yeah.
So listen, guys, I'm going to wrap up shortly. I'm absolutely done in here.
Yeah, how long have you been going now?
Just over 3 hours now, mate.
Yeah.
Well, we'll apologise for everybody else in the queue. We're gonna wrap up tonight, then, though, and possibly have a comment response in a couple of days or something.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, maybe tomorrow evening. I'll put a wee notice up, comment response, and anybody who was looking to come in, they can come tomorrow. So
yeah, cool.
I can only apologise to people. I'm really, really tired now. You know, my concentration levels are way down. So time to call it a day and go and chill. I appreciate.
Is it as hot over there as it is over here, though?
No, it's quite mild here right now, man.
Okay, there's this giant heat wave over here. It's been going for weeks now. It's like, ugh.
I wish it would come here.
Oh yeah, well maybe if you're lucky. I don't know.
Seems to bypass here quite often. You know?
That's Britain for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
The rain likes it more over there, I heard.
Well, Aaron, thanks for coming on, man. I'm going to wrap up here.
Thanks for having me, Del. It's been fun being here for a while.
Yeah, apologies again. My concentration and energy levels have just dropped, so I'm not my best, man. But cheers for coming, Aaron. Cheers everybody who came on. Appreciate it, everybody in the chat. I see the phone's gone, but listen, I'm going to answer this phone call here, and then I'm going to wrap up.
I'll just log out again. Hey, thanks for having me, man. I'll see you around in chat.
Okay, man. Cheers. Hello.
Bye. Goodbye, everyone. Keep it flat.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey, Josh.
That's Dale.
Dale, how's it going, man?
How you doing?
This is Adam Eves, a.k.a. Chris, okay, from Tyrone. Come here. Good sight out there, man. It's good job. Like, I just want to mention a few points, that how we're being controlled and how we're being fucked, man. You get Palestine, you get geoengineering, you get the banks, you get Rothschild banks, the last few countries standing who aren't under Rothschild central bank control are like Iran, Syria, and North Korea. I don't know if they're playing the game or not, or what, like, but if you watch and you can see the news, man, and stuff, well, not your normal TV stuff, like, but you can see, if you can watch the likes of RT and all of their sort of Russian television news out there, you can, if you're smart enough, you can see different things and sort of eat the apple and leave the core sort of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you get the banks, okay, the lower courts, this admiralty law business, okay, where your birth certificate and all the evidence is your I'm sure everybody's this sort of thing here, like, people here who are on this channel right now.
Yeah,
but that conclusion, you know.
Yeah.
So I just want to go through a few things. So first, I was saying, you get Bilderberg, then you get the whole thing about the greatest story ever told. That documentary, I just want to say, it's banned in 23 countries right now. Greatest story ever told, man. Can you see it there? Then you got the Wahhabism, okay, of Saudi Arabia, and the Holodomor. The whole, I tell you, man, the whole shebang. I absolutely, man. I claim mountains and stuff like that. Here in Tyrone, okay, and I can.
Are you drunk, man? Are you drunk? Are you drunk?
Of course I'm fucking truck, man.
Listen, man. Listen, I'm just about to wrap up. If I'm going to be back on again tomorrow, if you want to call back.
That's grand, man.
All right, man. Cheers for phoning in tonight, but I'm really tired now. My concentration's away, so I'm going to call it a night. But give a wee phone back tomorrow, man.
There you go, no problem, man.
Cheers, bud. Cheers.
Come on.
Cheers, man. Cheers, man. Cheers, people. Marshall, Magumba, Jonah Worms, everybody in the chat. Take it easy. I'll probably be back on tomorrow at some point. Cheers, guys.